Keller takes a snap. Noah looks. He looks. He throws. He's going long. Keller's there wide open. Makes the catch. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 58 yards. No flags. And the Panthers have tied it.
Is that Caleb Rodman with it? He's trying to make something happen, but a little too much east and west. If he could get a block now, look out. Look out. 40, 45, 50. He's got some people in front of him.
There we go.
30, 25, now a block.
Right there.
Gets a block, and it's all the way for a touchdown. Caleb Rodman reverses field. He starts left. He cuts back to his right, and Norwalk is right back in it. 4:05 left to go. An 80-yard kickoff return touchdown.
Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth.
High school football is on the air as we welcome you live to Eagle Lane for a Class 1A district matchup where tonight your Pella Christian Eagles host the Cardinal Comets. I'm Trevor Castle, glad to be alongside J.D. Bohr as the regular season is winding down. And believe it or not, this is the regular season home finale for Pella Christian tonight. And J.D., for the first time this fall, glad to be by your side.
Right.
Let's call a good one tonight. What do you think about the Eagles and the Comets?
Yeah, it's good to be here, Trevor. It's been a while.
It's been too long, buddy.
But, it's been a fun season here for Eagle football, and this is a program that's had it going on here the past few years, and I'm excited to see how they respond after a tough week last week. But it's good to be back at home. Senior night, recognize a good group of seniors in their last regular season home game anyway, so should make for a fun night of football.
Well, and to me, the top story is that bounce back situation. Yeah. A very, very kind of out of nowhere blowout loss at the hands of Sigourney Keota. You were there with Tyler last week, and I think everybody expected what we've seen the last couple of years: close, kind of low scoring, one score game decided late. It was anything but that. When I talked to Coach Kakmarinsky yesterday, and he told me a little bit about the game, he just said, hey, they were more physical than us up front. We could not run the ball. We got totally lost against their, trickery and what they do on the offensive side. But bottom line is, he said, we need to be more physical. That's what we found out last week.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It just felt like the level of physicality was in the hands of the Cobras last week. And, it's hard to respond in the game. It's just when you see that for the first time, I think you had a group of guys who were a little bit, taken back a little bit, like, holy smokes, what's going on here? And, I'm sure as you mentioned, Coach Cack is getting after these guys to be more physical, and now having that time in practice. I'm interested to see how this team comes out here tonight, how they respond to that, and that level of physicality on both sides of the football will be certainly something to watch.
And the other part of it that, this is meant with no disrespect to Cardinal, and if we have fans that have already flipped on and are watching our broadcast via YouTube, I do mean this, sincerely and with the utmost of respect to the kids that are out there and that are trying and are giving it everything they have. This should not and likely will not be a competitive football game tonight. Cardinal is just not very good this year. Their lone win is against Colfax Mingo, who we'll see next week, who is also not very good. Cardinal's been shut out twice this year. They scored 2 points in one other game. They're only averaging 6 points per game. So the thing that Coach Kakmarinsky's got to kind of figure out on his own and do in practice time, and we got 2 regular seasons games left, and it's Cardinal and it's Colfax Mingo, and then it's the playoffs right behind that, right? So if we're going to learn from Sigourney Keota and if we're going to get better, I'm not sure the competition on the other side is going to help with that.
Yeah, that is certainly a balancing act as a coach. Sometimes you get into these situations where we'll see how this game goes, but like you said, likely Pella Christian will build that lead, and you say, hey, we're going to get those young guys in, keep everybody healthy, and I'm sure that will happen tonight. But also part of responding to what happened after a loss is you got to work it out a little bit. You got to hit some dudes, you got to get out there and be physical and put some drives together and, get some stops on defense. So I'll be curious to watch how that kind of plays out in terms of who's out there on the field. Like you said, Cardinal, again, a ton of respect to those kids, but just not the amount of athletes on the field that the Eagles will have. So that will be kind of interesting to watch as we go about today.
Somebody may have slipped out additional, but when I counted when Cardinal came came onto the field, just 17 players with helmets on. There's a few guys in jeans on the sideline, so the roster's a little bit bigger, but only 17 in helmets. And when you're playing at this level against a Pella Christian team that's got 50 dudes out there, I mean, 17 guys, that means pretty much everybody's going both ways. Of those 17, there's probably some freshmen and sophomores in there. Just a tough stretch for Cardinal trying to play out the string, against the Sicconi Kyotas and the Pella Christians of the world.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I don't know what that necessarily looks like for them on a day-to-day basis. Cardinal, a couple of years ago, we played on this same weekend, went to Cardinal. It was a big-time matchup. Cardinal had a couple nice wins, and it was a really good game. I remember a big Isaac Kakmarinsky run over at their field. And, but obviously Pella Christians had the advantage in this matchup. But, yeah, for them, they're trying to stay healthy. They're trying to just make little wins here and there, as they go. But, we'll see.
All right, it's Pella Christian and Cardinal tonight. Glad to have you with us on KNIAKRLS.com and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Kickoff is coming up at 7 o'clock. Our opening kick, as always, presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Leading up to that, up next, we'll have my chat with Eagle head coach Rich Kakmarinsky. That interview powered by Hy-Vee. We'll come back with your Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Your starting lineups presented by Meninga Pest Control. And the other thing we'll talk about, finally, football weather. We'll have our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. More pregame coverage coming up from Eagle Lane. Our chat with Rich Kakmarinsky is next on KNIAKRLS.com and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, working drawbridge, and a classic old-world atmosphere. The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town. But there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. Welcome to the Molengraat, home of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining at Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, beautiful U Salon, Pella Nail Salon, Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. And even taking a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck with our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams.
It is received by Benny Schurz. He'll return it. He's got a hole. He's at the 35, 40, 50. One man to beat. Schurz will beat him. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Benny Schurz opens the 2023 season with a kickoff return for a touchdown.
When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Kenneth Branagh stars with an all-star cast in the best Hercule Poirot movie yet, A Haunting in Venice, rated PG-13 and now showing at Pella Cinemas. Dripping with atmosphere, Agatha Christie's master detective attends a seance to unravel series of confusing murders. Also showing at Pella Cinemas is the all-new Exorcist Believer, rated R, and held over by demand is Rubble on the double, and Chase is on the case in the big screen Paw Patrol Mighty Pups, rated PG. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
Hi, this is Chuck Vanderwall with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella. When Rudy Ulrich hired me in the summer of 1967, I could only dream of what this dealership would mean to our family.
I'm Todd Vanderwall, and I joined Ulrich in the fall of 1997. It's been an amazing 25-plus years working with my dad and our team, and now I get to pass it on.
I'm Tegan, the third-generation Vanderwall at Ulrich's. Like my grandpa and dad before me, I'm proud to be able to say that at Ulrich Ford Lincoln and Pella,
we're taking care of you.
Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry is just as attentive and imaginative as you are when it comes to your remodel. Just ask Justin Plate of Pella.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and he's just known for high quality and attention to detail, and I'm kind of a perfectionist type person. I really like things done the right way. I've known him to be very high attention to detail and have been really impressed through that whole project.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Wondering where to go for all your hardware and plumbing needs? Look no further than Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. They have everything from nuts, bolts, and screws to plumbing supplies, and as always, they carry lumber and building supplies. And if you need help with your flooring, kitchen, or bathroom remodel, their design specialists are here to help with the space planning, layout, and material selection. Don't waste any more time running from store to store. Come to Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center and get everything you need in one convenient location.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville supports all the Marion County athletic teams and athletes competing this year. The values of hard work, sportsmanship, and perseverance will help them not only on the field, but in life for years to come. When you want these values in your automotive service, look no further than Raceway Tire and Exhaust, your one-stop auto headquarters located at 1318 West Bell Avenue in Knoxville, or at racewaytireandexhaust.com.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
When it comes to your broadband connection, numbers definitely matter. With Pella Fiber, every residential customer gets gigabit speeds for only $75 per month. That's not a special, that's the everyday low price for all Pella Fiber residential customers. Pella Fiber is your community-owned, fiber-only broadband provider, so their only priority is you. They don't do data caps or throttling, so your last download of the month is as fast as your first. Visit PellaFiber.com today to learn more. That's PellaFiber.com. Welcome back to pregame coverage of Pella Christian football. I'm Trevor Castle, joined now by Eagle head coach Rich Kakmarinsky. This interview is powered by Hy-Vee. Pella Christian and Cardinal tonight. Coach, thanks for joining us. I know coming off of a tough loss last week against Sigourney Keota, your thoughts on how your team has responded and what practice has been like getting ready for tonight's game this week?
I think our team has responded well. I mean, obviously it was a tough loss last week to Sigourney Keota, but I think our team has responded well. We've had a great week of practice. And so I think we're looking forward to playing, kind of get that flushed out of our system from last week. But Sigourney Keota is a nice football team. I thought we handled ourselves well in certain parts of the game, but other parts of the game I think we really hurt ourselves, particularly like in the kicking game. We gave up a couple of long touchdown passes. So, but I think our guys were able to refocus, and I think we're ready to go against Cardinal.
Did you learn anything about your team in that loss last Friday, or do you just kind of chalk it up to not a good night?
Well, I think we made some uncharacteristic blunders in the kicking game. That's been a strength for us. Camden actually hurt his leg. Camden Parker hurt his leg on Thursday, and then we got down to Sigourney, and we thought he was going to be able to go, but he could not go. And so that was kind of step one to that process there. But we made a couple of blunders in the kicking game that I think hurt us. And then defensively, again, we gave up, I would say, some uncharacteristic. We gave some long pass plays, kind of blew a couple coverages. Offensively, I guess I was disappointed. I thought we would be able to rush the ball a little more effectively against Sigourney than we did. Now, we were up too late with some of our key runs, but we had some nice throws all night long. We threw for almost 200 yards, but we had difficulty getting the running game going. So, I'm hoping we get a chance to maybe see them again in the playoffs, and if so, I think we'll have a better game plan for that. But I'll tip my hat to Sigourney. They did what they needed to do to win the football game, and they played well.
Yeah, I know you didn't want what happened to happen last week on Friday. As you're looking for a silver lining to that, maybe it's the fact that, hey, with a couple of weeks to go before the playoffs, you got to look at a playoff team, and does that maybe open the guys' eyes a little bit more to what level they need to be playing at if they want to have the success that they want?
I think so. Yeah, in fact, I mentioned that on Monday before I went to practice. Like, okay, this is the level we got to execute at, for us to be successful against a good team in the playoffs in 1A. So, sometimes I keep forgetting what a young team we still have. The last couple of years we've had, 2 and 3 year starters who've been in the playoffs, kind of know what level we needed to play at. I think this year we're still, and we talked about it at the start of the year, we got to think long game. We got to keep coaching, keep growing. So to your point, I hope that we can use, last week's frustration in a good way to keep growing. I think we had, again, I really feel good about our prep for this week. So yes, I think that's exactly right. We need to use that as kind of feedback and as motivation to continue to keep getting better.
We're talking with Pella Christian football coach Rich Kakmarinsky. This interview powered by Hy-Vee, and kind of go to the other end of the spectrum here tonight in terms, sometimes there's a wide array of talent and a very good Sigourney Keota team, and now a Cardinal team that really is struggling to make things happen this year. How are you approaching tonight's game, Coach?
Well, I think Cardinals obviously it's been a long year, and they've had some injuries and things like that. So I think our focus has been, really, and then really every week, but our focus has been just to focus on playing our best. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm hopeful that Varsity can take care of business, and young kids, our sophomores, actually haven't had to chance to play that much. We've had some very competitive games early in the season, tough non-district schedule. So it wouldn't hurt my feelings if our JV gets a chance to get some reps in front of the home crowd and under the lights, get them ready for next year. So I guess I'm hoping that's how it goes. But so our focus is to go out and play our best and see what happens.
Yeah, love to get some new names on the radio tonight as well. Last one for you, Coach. I know right before we started rolling, you mentioned a little shuffle to the starting lineup on offense. Can you tell our listeners about that and how you hope that move will help this team?
You bet. We actually started the year with Trevor Veenstra at fullback, but we had an injury on the right tackle, so we moved Trevor, and he graciously agreed to go to right tackle, and that's where he's been playing. But, really in the back of my mind, I'd hoped that maybe we could get him back to fullback, and so we made that change this week. John Boonder's healthy, so we moved John Boonder back into the right tackle spot. We moved Trevor back to the fullback spot, and we moved Cooper, who was playing fullback, to right half. And so I think that's been a great move. They look really good this week. I think that Trevor will give us some mass, some size at the fullback spot for those tough yards up the middle. And Cooper, not only is he a great running back, but he's also got very good hands. And so I think it actually will help our passing game as well, because I think we just added it. And Trevor's actually got very good hands as well. So, we looked at how can we get our 5 best receivers on the field at one time. And so Trevor is definitely in one of those top 5. Moving Cooper to right half is, I think, a good move for us as well. So Caleb, our quarterback, has continued to develop. I think we saw that last week, had some really nice throws, threw for almost 200 yards against Sigourney. So that's going to be a weapon for us as we continue to develop this team for playoffs.
All right, Coach, best of luck tonight. Talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
That's Rich Gakmarinsky, head coach of the Pella Christian football team. This interview powered by Hy-Vee. We'll have more pregame coverage coming up right after this.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities, coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we do more than help people buy and sell homes. For some, renting is a better option. Hi, this is Brett Staten, and we have more than 300 rental units under our umbrella, now including High Point Apartments. All of our properties are owned by local investors who care about our community, so we make sure they're kept clean and well maintained by a team of local, experienced handymen. If renting is the right choice for you, call 628-1-BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
At our Two Rivers Cooperative Cartridge Station in Pella, we have more fuel choices than ever before. Our standard gas dispensers offer Unleaded Plus, Unleaded 88, E85, and premium gas. And our diesel dispenser has 5 different selections available, including our 4 blends of Cenex biodiesel, which is manufactured domestically from vegetable oils. And if you're a Two Rivers local card user, you'll save 4 cents on every gallon every time you fill up. Thank you for supporting Pella's only locally owned gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative.
Central Iowa Organic Fertilizer reminds you that fall is the best time to fertilize lawns, to promote a healthier turf, and to winterize gardens to provide fuller bedding plan. All products at Central Iowa Organic Fertilizer are OMRI listed as organic with no chemicals and no odor, so they can also be used for houseplant. For all of your fertilizer needs, call Central Iowa Organic Fertilizer at 515-961-0357 or visit them online at centraliowaorganicfertilizer.com.
Something big is happening. Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Now, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like fuel savings. Plus, save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Tide. H Perks price $9.97. And bananas. H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Make the switch or sign up for Hy-Vee Perks and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Being part of a cooperative means being part of something special. We're owned by our members and work for people, not profits. We provide electricity, but we also provide more than just electrons for our community. We support our community, give back through business loans, provide college scholarships, and much more. In October, Pella Cooperative Electric is celebrating National Co-op Month along with 40,000 other cooperative businesses who serve more than 120 million people in their communities nationwide. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Pella Christian football on KNIAKRLS.com and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Trevor Castle and J.D. Bohr with you. And time now to take a look at our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. And J.D., this is always kind of an awkward one for me because I don't want to insult our audience and, break down the X's and O's in a game that I quite frankly don't expect to be competitive. And the results of the last 2 years where Pella Christian has won both games by over 50 points, would tell you that. And the results of this year, but there certainly are key things when we talk to Coach Kakmarinsky after the game. He's going to be watching things and he's going to, use those things to say, yeah, we played up to our potential. Or we improved from last week. What are some of the things from you that you've seen out of the Eagles this year that you'd like to take a notch up tonight?
Yeah, I think it's physicality, like we mentioned at the line of scrimmage, being physical, being tough, and just seeing a well-balanced offensive attack for sure. Looking forward to that.
All right, looks like Cardinals not made their way out onto the field, but it looks like they are doing some festivities on the field. So we'll step aside and take a break. Come back, more of our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game and more pregame coverage here on KNIAKRLS.com.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You'll drive away happy. The Pella Motors guarantee.
Now that the 90 and 100-degree temps are behind us, winter doesn't seem so far away, does it? Before the really cold weather sets in, now's the time to schedule your pre-winter checkup with DeYoung Door Service to make sure your garage door will hold up. They'll check the hinges, rollers, cables, and gears so that your garage door goes up and down when you need it this winter.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Do you want to make a difference as a certified nursing assistant? Hearthstone and Pella is offering the 75-hour CNA class from October 30th to November 22nd. Class hours are from 4 to 9:30 at night, and you'll take 15 sessions in that time frame. And clinical hours are also from 4 to 9:30 at night. You'll become an aide in training after only 16 hours of class. If you're interested in becoming a certified nursing assistant, take advantage of this 75-hour CNA class from Hearthstone by calling the Cottages at 628-1244 to register today.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal, and what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. Not a member? Apply online at c1stcu.com today. Come on, try us. Join us, because at C First, together is better. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Pella Corporation values teamwork. That's why they proudly salute adults who coach and mentor area youngsters. By helping others, they're building character and building their leadership skills in the process. And they're helping area youth experience the importance of teamwork. So whether you're coaching kids on a team, chaperoning them on a trip, or encouraging them to pursue their musical, artistic, or athletic talents, we thank those who share their talents with area young people. The Pella Windows and Doors team thanks you for your role in helping area youth build lifelong skills, interests, and values.
Lately,
Lely is proud to be the title sponsor of today's Lely Radio Sports page on KNIA and KRLS. We know how important local sports are to everyone in South Central Iowa, and this innovative program will keep you up to date on all the happenings with your favorite local teams and athletes. At Lely, we're innovating for our customers as well, providing dairy farm automation for producers all over the world. With our North American headquarters right here in Pella, we're proud to be part of the community. Tune in for today's Lely Radio Sports page every weekday on KNIA and KRLS.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking. Isn't that right, Dylan?
Okay, I think I've got it this time. So just like our local teams go beyond the classroom, we go beyond banking to serve our community.
Yes, you've got it. Beyond banking means sharing in your moments, your dreams, and your goals.
Because we're not just bankers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your community partner.
Where banking is just the beginning of the story. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, or visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Back for more pregame coverage here on KNIA-KRLS.com and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Pella Christian and Cardinal tonight in Class 1A District Football action. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr with you. We had talked a little bit about our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game before we went to break for the national anthem, and continuing that part of the conversation, you know, Coach Kakmarinsky talked about a little shuffle to his lineup. To me, that's the other thing that I'm going to be watching is how does that work? John Boonder to right tackle, Trevor Veenstra to fullback, little shuffle, you know, with some of the other running backs, and you know he likes that for what it could do for his program down the road and potentially in the playoffs. Couple of games here in the regular season to you know kind of get guys familiar with where they are on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I think you just get a few more playmakers involved. You know, I think this offense maybe needs that a little bit, a bit of a jolt, find something a little bit different. You know, it's obviously a new offense for Pella Christian this year, so they're still working out some of those kinks. But I'm excited about it. I mean, Trevor Veenstra's, you know, listed at 6'4", 260. Woo. You know, it's not often you see a dude like that who can really move. I mean, he had a kick return touchdown earlier this year.
And great hands.
He's got good hands. He led the team in receiving last year. So that'll be an interesting element. I'm excited to see what it looks like.
And that's our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. All right, JD, this is finally the first Football Friday weather-wise as we take a look at today's game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. 53 degrees, but more so than the chill that's in the air is the wind that's blowing that chill through the air. It is windy throughout central Iowa, and the wind will have an impact on this game, the kicking game, the passing game, everything about this game.
Yeah, you know, we've been blessed with some beautiful weather, certainly some warm nights on Friday nights. As much as maybe the fans don't necessarily like having to bundle up a little bit coming out here tonight, for the players, they're going, this is the way it should be a little bit. You know, you got to deal with the wind, but this is football weather. They'll be just fine out on the field, and I love it. It's exciting.
53 degrees. Tonight's game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating, your local cooling and heating experts. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
And it's time now for tonight's opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply. We'll set your starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control for the Eagles as each their offense and defense take the field tonight. And it will be the Pella Christian offense to take the field first as Cardinal will kick the ball off from right to left. The Eagles will be returning from left to right. And the ball is in the air. We are underway with a short kick fielded at the 30-yard line, out to the 35, and a broken tackle to the 37-yard line. Caleb Volk, the sophomore, with the return. And let's set that Pella Christian offensive starting lineup presented by Menninga Pest Control. Caleb Van Arendonk at quarterback. Benny Schurz and Cooper Sprunk are the halfbacks with Trevor Veenstra, the fullback. Landon Franzman gets the start at wide receiver. And the tight end is Isaiah Breams. The offensive line from left to right, Keegan Fatma, Josiah Vink, Trey Van Manen, Connor Van Zee, and John Boonder. And those are the offensive starters for Pella Christian, presented by Menninga Pest Control. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line, and it's a handoff coming around the right side, and Benny Schurz just runs over one defender before he's brought down near the first down yardage by Isaac Cox, a senior defensive lineman for Cardinal. It is a 10-yard gain, first down Eagles.
Yeah, and there you go. Benny Schurz is going to be, he's always a tough guy to bring down, and you can tell he's running hard tonight. Gets his first broken tackle there on his first carry.
So the Eagles First down and 10, and this time it's Trevor Veenstra straight ahead, and he gets to midfield. And you had asked JD, who's gonna stop Trevor Veenstra tonight? Well, they get him for a gain of just 3 yards to midfield.
Yeah, that was a pretty good job there from the Comets defense. For them, it's going to be important to just get bodies to the ball, because these running backs are hard to bring down with just one guy. It's going to take 2 or 3, sometimes 4 to bring him down.
And now it's Cooper Sprunk as they go to the right halfback on the left side sweep, and he's tripped up and dropped in the backfield for a loss by Jesse Hughes. 2-yard loss, and the Eagles are into a 3rd and 9. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Yeah, Jesse Hughes, how about that? I mean, listed at 5'11", 270, the biggest lineman there for the Comets. Did a great job getting upfield and tripping him up.
3rd and 9, and now the Eagles spread it a little bit. Veenstra into the slot right side. Man in motion, they toss it to the near side for Schurz, and he's got blocking around the corner. Lot of running room for Benny. Stiff arm as he hits the near sideline, breaks another tackle, and is finally dragged down inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone at the 18. It's a gain of 35 on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, we saw Benny with success on a little sweep play to start the game. This time a little bit of a different formation. We're seeing different options that the Eagles are throwing out there. But one thing remains the same is Benny Schurz running really fast on the sideline, breaking a few tackles, picks up a nice first down.
Receiver to the right for Pella Christian out of the pistol. Sprunk comes in motion, and they hand it to Cooper around the left side with some blocking, trying to hit the corner, and he'll walk it in. Touchdown, Eagles. Cooper Sprunk, an 18-yard score on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, excellent job there from the whole offensive unit. That's one when you watch back on film, you just have a ton of dudes doing their job. Benny Schurz with a good block on the left edge. Vink pulls out from his guard position, and he's blocking a safety 20 yards down the field. Cooper's able to go untouched into the end zone. No kicker. Camden Parker is not in uniform tonight, so it looks like the Eagles are going to go for 2.
2-point try here as Van Arendonk hands it off to Veenstra, trying to fight his way forward. And that comes up short. No good. Little less than 2 minutes into the ball game, and Pella Christian has struck first on an 18-yard Cooper Sprunk tutty. 6-0 Eagles, 10:03 to go in the first quarter. Live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, one of the benefits of being a regular patient is that you have access to our 24-hour emergency care services. So if your dog is having puppies and need help at 3 in the morning and you're a current Tri-County client, the veterinarians are here for you. And heaven forbid, but if your cat gets hit by a car or eats something it shouldn't after regular business hours and you're a current Tri-County client, the veterinarians are here for you. Have your pet become an active patient of Tri-County Veterinary Clinic today and get access to our 24-hour emergency care.
The veterinarians.
At Dutch Mill Supply, pole barns are their specialty. Customers from Grimes, Runnels, Indianola, Winterset, and right here in Marion County trust them with their unique pole barns. Office spaces, horse arenas, garages, shops, and machine sheds, Dutch Mill Supply has designed and supplied high-quality metal pole buildings that stand the test of time.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, where it's Pella Christian 6 and Cardinal nothing. A Cooper Sprunk 18-yard touchdown. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr with you here on Eagle Lane in the regular season home finale for Pella Christian. They're out to a 6-0 lead over the Comets, one of 6 games on the network. After this kickoff, we'll set the Pella Christian defensive starting lineup presented by Menninga Pest Control, and then we'll run down our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard and the games that we're following and broadcasting on the network tonight. To be honest, week number 7 of the high school football season, not a great one locally in terms of competitive matchups, but should be a lot of victories for the good guys.
There you go.
And here comes the kickoff, left to right. It's a end-over-end kick that lands at the 12, bobbled a bit, picked up at the 6, then running right up the near seam at the 16-yard line and stopped at the 17. They'll give him forward progress to the 18-yard line. PC's defense has Keegan Fotman, Isaiah Breams as the ends, Connor Van Zee, the nose guard, Trevor Veenstra, the tackle. The linebackers are Johnson Morgan, Cooper Sprunk, and Caleb Van Arendonk. Landon Frasman and Benny Schurz are the safeties. Brecken Ritzert and Noah Nunakoven are the corners. And that's the Pella Christian defense. Tonight's starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
Alec Ratchford is the quarterback for the Comets of Cardinal. And before the first snap of the game, we have a whistle and a false start on the Comets. And I don't believe that Ratchford is playing tonight. When you look at their stats,
right,
he's thrown 51 of their 57 passes, but I don't see him out there. Nope.
Yeah, it looks like it's Zach Lutke, freshman, taking the snap.
Number 2, yep. Lutke is 0 of 1 on the season, and on the first play, it's a handoff around the left side, and that is going backwards. Benny Schurz flying in to drop the ball carrier back inside the 10-yard line as Montana Roop is dropped at the 8 for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, Montana Roop, a basketball player, a pretty good athlete out there. Tried to get to the edge, just didn't have a whole lot of blocking in front of him. Benny Schurz from his safety spot does an excellent job. He is so good at getting downhill, making tackles. I believe he's still the Eagles' defensive leader in tackles, and gets the night started off well on this end too.
And so that puts them into a 1st and 20, or 2nd and 20 situation rather, and it's a handoff, and it's another backwards play, maybe back to the line of scrimmage that time for Cardinal, and that is it.
Yeah, Ty McIntosh got the carry that time, and again, he's got nowhere to go. Nice job by Isaiah Breams to wrap him up, put him on the turf. You know, again, just some physicality here. Both plays moving backwards for the Comets.
Boy, and we knew that their numbers were short, JD, but playing a freshman quarterback that's thrown one pass, and then McIntosh gets the handoff. That's his first carry of the year, and we're in week 7.
Yeah, it sounds like they've had some injuries and maybe even some sickness, so they're a little depleted.
Now it's a keeper by Lutke after he fakes the handoff and runs straight ahead to the 9, maybe the 10. And we'll see where they spot it. Either way, it's going to be 4th and a mile. It's a 1-yard gain. So that sets up a 4th and 19 for Cardinal. On our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard tonight, the other 7 o'clock kickoffs, Indianola is at North Polk, and Norwalk is hosting Council Bluffs Jefferson as we get the punt team on for the Comets. And it's booted away. Little sidewinding kick that lands at the 35 and goes out of bounds at the 40. The 7:30 games tonight, just across town. Pella hosting Des Moines Hoover. Knoxville is hosting number 2 Creston in Class 3A. And PCM against West Marshall. Usually a rivalry matchup. Usually a matchup that would determine a district title. But West Marshall down a bit this year. PCM with a win tonight would lock up their district championship. So those are the 6 games that we'll be following tonight with our Strava Cellular instant radio updates on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Eagles start in plus territory at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice drive on their first time, obviously getting into the end zone. Second time here, we're going to see a heavy dose of the run game, maybe mix in a couple passes early on.
So there's the first pass of the game, fires to the far side, catch is made, trying to break a tackle, and out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it's Fransman on the catch, playing that wide receiver spot. Hasn't played a whole lot of offense this year. I think they're trying to find some different guys at that outside spot to get some production from. Nice pitch and catch there.
And Fransman, that is his first catch of the season.
Yeah. Usually Camden, again, we mentioned Camden being out. Camden Parker usually played in that spot. He's a little banged up, trying to get healthy, so.
First down and 10 at the Cardinal 24-yard line. It's 6-0 Pella Christian with the lead, and Van Arendonk to throw again. Lobs it over the middle. Wide open. Cooper Sprunk into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Cooper Sprunk has run one in from 18, and now he grabs one from Van Arendonk from 24.
Yeah, Sprunk, the junior, has really found his stride the last few weeks. He's got the ability to run the ball out of the backfield, but he's also the leading receiver for this Eagles team. And that time that ball was floated up in the air probably too long. He was just sitting there waiting for it at the goal line. It finally does fall into his hands, and he walks into the end zone.
And now another 2-point try here for PC, and it's a keeper. Van Arendonk trying to turn the corner on the far side of the field, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. 2 Eagle drives, 2 Cooper Sprunk touchdowns. 7:28 to go in the first quarter, and it's 14-0 Pella Christian, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Do you need new gear to show off your love for Pella or Pella Christian? At Windmill Print and Stitch, you can shop our online apparel store and pick up your order the same day at our facility in Pella. And we'll give 10% back to the local schools. Go to the Windmill Print and Stitch Facebook page and look for the link for Pella and Pella Christian fanwear. Shop online and pick up your order the same day. Windmill Print and Stitch and Pella, proud supporters of the Dutch and Eagles.
The horn on the car goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the car goes beep, beep, beep. That's Central Tire and Auto.
You probably don't need your horn fixed, but if you do, Central Tire and Auto can help with your horn and almost any other issue you have. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Central Tire and Auto.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. It's Pella Christian 14 and Cardinal 0 with 7 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr, you are listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS 2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Kickoff lands at the 15-yard line, rolls away, finally picked up at the 11-yard line, and a spear of a tackle by PC. What a stick by Brecken Ritzert as he dropped the ball carrier Roop for no gain after he picked it up at the 11. Wow.
Montana Roop there that time was bobbling the ball a little bit. He probably wish he would have just fell on it, because by the time he picked it up, you mentioned that Brecken Ritzert came flying through there. He's a good athlete. He does a great job at his corner position. Nice job there on the kick coverage as well.
See Big Bro on the sidelines. Hasn't saw any varsity action yet, but Peyton's just across town at Central playing for the Dutch this year as a freshman. First down and 10 for Cardinal here. They actually gave Roop forward progress to the 13-yard line, and they go to the ground on a first down handoff. And a yard, maybe 2, with straight ahead running there. Check the ball carrier. That's number 10, Ty McIntosh again. They give him a yard to the 14.
Yeah, nice play there. The last drive, obviously, the Comets kept moving backwards and backwards and backwards. This time, you at least get a good first down play. They have a ton of dudes in different positions, working some things out on that side of the ball. So nice job for them to get that forward progress, right? And they're obviously running hard.
2nd and 9 from the 14-yard line. Man comes in motion. They toss it around to the right side. Not a lot of running room there. In fact, going backwards. Brady Snook loses yardage back to the 12. That's a loss of 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, there you see some of the timing elements just not there for the Comets as that pitch. Snook was basically running backwards as he took that pitch and just nowhere to go. Good job by Keegan Fatma from his defensive end position to get in the backfield and make the stop.
Well, similar to what we see out of the Eagles is they run somebody, whether it's a wing or a slot, they kind of loop back behind and toss it to him. But Pella Christian's team speed on defense just really prevented that from going anywhere. So now it's 3rd and 11. The Comets are 0 of 1 on 3rd down so far in the first quarter, and they'll go to the air for the first time today. And the pass is thrown right to a waiting Caleb Van Arendonk, who drops an interception. There was some contact from a Comet receiver who turned into a defender, but it's incomplete. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, they're trying to set up a little screen to their halfback, and Caleb was right there for the catch, and it was actually a lineman, Isaac Cox, who was supposed to be going out there to block, ends up turning into the defender, makes a nice hit on Van Arendonk, forces him to drop the ball, but it will obviously bring up a punt here.
4th and 11 for Cardinal. Low snap picked up, blocked. And Pella Christian's got a lot of maroon jerseys there. Picked up by the Eagles and then dropped at the 5-yard line. Smelling the end zone, but couldn't quite bring it home on the block punt.
Yeah, we've seen the Eagles score on a block punt earlier this year. This time, I believe it was Caden Croyd who got into the backfield there, was able to get a hand on the ball.
And it was Caleb Volkucher who picked it up and returned it to the 4 and then pounds his fist on the turf. He's thinking touchdown. Not quite, Caleb.
I don't know. Maybe at the end of games, but I don't think Caleb's ever scored before. So you get your hands on the ball. You're thinking, I got to get in there. Couldn't quite make it happen. Now it's the offense's job to see if they can punch another one in.
5:58 to go in the first quarter. The Eagles lead 14-0, trying to take advantage of the block punt, and they hand it off around the right side. Touchdown, Eagles. Trevor Veenstra makes it 20-0 Eagles.
Yeah, Trevor, he's been number 74, and if for those at home who are maybe watching it on the YouTube stream, you cannot be number 74 and carry the ball very often. So he moves back to his traditional 34, which he's able to do as he's not a lineman anymore. But anyways, that time, Trevor did a great job of scoring. I think the Trevor in the booth here could have scored that touchdown.
I think so.
A lot of room.
A lot of room around the right side. 2-point try coming up again for PC, and it's a Van Arendonk pass, and it is caught. Isaiah Breams hauls it in the back middle of the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and Pella Christian has now made it a 22-0 lead. 5:53 to go in the first quarter, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Now, ketchup, nachos, pizza, wow. You can pep up anything, pepperoni. Pep it up, it's the one and only. Pep it up, Hormel pepperoni.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams.
It is received by Benny Schurz. He'll return it. He's got a hole. He's at the 35, 40, 50. One man to beat. Schurz will beat him. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Benny Schurz opens the 2023 season with a kickoff return for a touchdown.
When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
22-0 Pella Christian as we welcome you back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. We're live on KNIA and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Tonight's video presentation on YouTube is being presented by KNIA KRLS Radio. Kickoff to the 15-yard line, bobbled, picked up. And now the Eagles swarm, and they're there to drop them at the 20-yard line. In case you missed it, folks, if you are just tuning in, you've already missed 3 Eagles touchdowns. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. A Cooper Sprunk touchdown run, a Cooper Sprunk touchdown reception, and a Trevor Veenstra run, throwing a couple of 2-point conversions, and it's 22-0 Eagles. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And should mention, too, Elias Keegan, number 88, handling the kickoff duties. He's been busy so far. The freshman out there replacing Camden Parker, doing a nice job, getting it down to about the 10-yard line every time. It's nice to have different guys who can boot the ball, and he's doing a nice job.
As I understand, they're hopeful to have Camden back, maybe not next week, but as the playoffs loom around the corner, but not a certainty at this point. 1st and 10 snap. I think we had a false start on Cardinal. The right side of the offensive line got moving a little bit early, so that'll cost the Comets 5 and back them up into a 1st and 15.
Yeah, and I think the Comets have yet to move the ball past the 20-yard line so far in this game. So anytime you're moving backwards, not exactly what you want to be doing here. You got to be able to take care of the things that you can control.
First Strawber Cellular Instant Radio update of the evening has Norwalk leading Council Bluffs Jefferson 6-0 in the first quarter in Norwalk tonight. 1st and 15, and now a busted play for Cardinal. Running back went the wrong way, or quarterback went the wrong way. Not sure which. And then the quarterback, Lutke, runs straight ahead for 1 yard to bring up a 2nd and 14.
Yeah, I think it was Trevor Veenstra who kind of broke through and had him by the jersey there. But you're seeing some of those growing pains here from the Comets offense. You got the freshman Lutke. I think you mentioned he's thrown one pass this year. Hasn't thrown one yet. Or no, he did throw one earlier with the screen pass.
They've utilized him a little bit in the running game this year. He does have 19 carries for 130 yards and a touchdown coming in.
All right.
But now 0 of 2 after his one incompletion that Van Arendonk nearly picked off earlier. This is his 3rd pass. Fires to the far side. First completion of the year for that young man. Nice job. Hauling it in is Roop up at the 20-yard line. So they'll get 6 yards there. Still 3rd down and 9, but forward progress for the Cardinals.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. Obviously, their best play so far tonight gives them that 6 yards. And you mentioned that his first completion. Cardinal does have a win coming into the year. They played Colfax Mingo earlier this year in a close one, a 1-score game. I don't remember the final.
13-7, something in that neighborhood, I believe.
Something low scoring that they were able to come out on top. So
right now they are not out on top. It's 22-0 Pella Christian with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Lutke takes the snap, looks to throw, fires to the near side, and it's through the hands of a receiver. But there were 3 maroon-shirted Eagles there, even if that ball had been caught by Trayton Halfley. But it's incomplete. Now it's 4th and 9, and for the 3rd straight possession, the Comets are likely to punt.
Yeah, and I feel like you're seeing some effects of the wind. We talked about Caleb Van Arendonk's touchdown pass kind of hung up in the air for a long time. Anytime you got to make a screen pass, you'd love it to be to the short side of the field where you don't have to throw it quite so far. That one fluttered in the air for a while, and probably a good thing for the Comets that it fell incomplete.
Eagles blocked the last punt. This one is away, and it's a pretty good one. This chases Sprunk back to the 48 on his own side of the field. Now he takes the return, bolts up the far sideline, and is finally tackled out of bounds inside the 35 at the 32 or 33. We'll see eventually where they spot it down, with Pella Christian leading 22-0, and we have 4 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we've seen a decent mix of run and pass here offensively for the Eagles, and I think that's good. I think they're trying to mix it up here a little bit, they've honestly, a couple of these plays are new things, new formations, new route combinations that we've seen so far tonight. Obviously, I noticed on the 2-point conversion hitting Isaiah Breams for the slant, so just mixing in some new things, and I think it's good to get that experience.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Sprunk starts in motion. Not sure what the...
Yeah,
there's a false start. I didn't see who moved other than Cooper.
Yeah, when Cooper went in motion, it's hard to tell. Somebody on the line. I think I see Keegan Fatma tapping himself on the chest saying, yeah, that's my fault.
So now it's 1st and 15 back at the 38-yard line. Sprunk motions again, and they fake it to him. Van Arendonk rolls to the near right side, way too tall on his pass to Trevor Veenstra out in the near right flat. 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and this is, I just mentioned it earlier, with that wind, Van Arendonk has just done a spectacular job this year. He's never played quarterback before. It's his senior year. They move him to quarterback, and he's really developing well. But then you get in a situation where it's a little colder, that grip on the football isn't quite the same, the wind picks up, and you see him just not being quite as accurate in that short little pass to the flats.
3 wide receivers on 2nd and 15, and Van Arendonk rolls to the near side, looking downfield. Defender giving chase and tries to dump it down short to Sprunk, but throws it behind him. That is incomplete, and now PC's into 3rd and 15.
Yeah, nice job from this defensive line here for the Comets. Isaac Cox was in the backfield. Usually if you can get Van Arendonk out to the outside, he's a good passer on the move. He can buy himself a little bit of time, but that rush just kind of threw the timing off of that play and ends up falling incomplete again. Picks up a long 3rd down.
3rd and 15. Probably 4-down territory with the ball at the 38-yard line.
As long as you can pick up some yardage here.
Schurz comes in motion. It's a double fake. Van Arendonk rolls left, throws left, and not sure who that was intended to. 3 pretty poor throws from Van Arendonk on this drive, and it's brought up 4th and 15.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago when we were out here against Eddyville, he threw 4 passes, and they all went into the end zone for touchdowns. Yeah, he was just spot on. Tonight, just not quite. It just doesn't look like the timing's quite there. They're rolling him to the left that time, and Maybe he needs to get his feet set a little bit more. You can get by with some of that stuff. Maybe when the wind's not quite as heavy.
And it's kind of the double whammy. It's the cold, which deadens the ball, and the wind.
Sure. Yeah.
And now it's 4th and 15. And Van Arendonk to throw. Man in his face. Fires it to Sprunk down the middle and just out of his reach. It was just kind of leaking towards the far hash, and Cooper couldn't catch up. Incomplete. 0 for 4 on that drive, and Cardinal will take over on downs.
Yeah, and that's something you normally see with the Eagles going to the air 4 times in a row, but I think it's just them saying, hey, we got a 22-0 lead in the first quarter. Let's keep on working on some things. Let's give this quarterback, Van Arendonk, some opportunities to make some plays and find his receivers, and just wasn't on the same page that possession. Threw it to a few different guys, but just never quite could connect.
We've got a Strauber Cellular Instant Radio update at the end of the first quarter. Indianola and North Polk tied 0-0. That is probably by a decent margin the best game on the network tonight. That's on 94.3 KNIA with Andrew Swadner and Rick Wilson. Here's a quarterback keeper for Ludke, and he runs it straight ahead after a fake handoff. Line of scrimmage was the 38. He got to the 41. That's a gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3, so they're 3 yards ahead of the chains. They haven't picked up a first down. All their drives, I think, have moved backwards so far tonight, but now you get a chance to pick up those 3 yards, and you're saying, all right, just a couple more decent plays. Maybe you can get a first down and hang on to the ball here for a little bit.
Brings up a 2nd and 7 at the 41. Cardinal moving from right to left. Tonight's colors of the game have Pella Christian in their maroon jerseys with the Eagle gold pants, numerals, lettering, and helmet. And there's a couple of fakes and then a handoff in the backfield, and that is buried 1 or 2 yards in the backfield. And the handoff that time was Roop. And it's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd and 8. Cardinal is in their white jerseys, red numerals, black pants, red helmets.
Yeah, the Cardinals trying a little misdirection there in the backfield, faking a pitch, handing it off the other way. The problem was Trevor Veenstra just saw the whole thing coming, was able to tackle Roop about the second he grabbed the ball. Nowhere to go. Brings up a 3rd and 8. Likely a passing situation here for the Comets, but again, with this stiff wind, freshman quarterback, these are tough situations to put yourself in.
Here comes a man in motion, and they hand it off around the right side. That's Snook looking for room to run. Probably their best offensive play of the night. Picks up 3 or 4, but still puts them. Let's see where they spot him down. Gain of 4 out to the 44, and it's now 4th and 4. A lot of 4s going on here, JD.
Yeah, 4th and 4, run from number 4. Good job there.
To the 44.
Hey, oh man. Wow.
After a gain of 4.
Gosh, what is going on here? Nice job there from Snook. He's got some wheels, He's a senior. He's a guy who's been around a little bit, at 5'7", 145, but not going to run anybody over, but uses those wheels, gets to the edge there, gives himself an opportunity, and looks like the Comets are going to go for it here on 4th and 4.
From the 44.
Here we go.
There's the snap. Quarterback keeper. Oh, Trevor Veenstra just hops on. Pile drives him into the turf. No gain. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, nice job there from Veenstra again. A couple times he's able to make the tackle. I mean, he's one of those guys. You better have a double team ready to go on. I've been saying number 74, but for the first time this year, number 34. You got to know where that guy is all the time, or he's going to wreak havoc in the backfield.
So Pella Christian will take over in plus territory at the Cardinal 44-yard line, right side of the field on the left hash, right at the top of the Eagle logo. For my first look at the new turf.
That's great.
Boy, it looks spiffy. Love it. And now the Eagles, after 4 passes on the previous drive, go to the ground to start this one. I believe it's Veenstra straight up the gut, and the hole is clogged, and he picks up 1.
Yeah, it looks like, we're seeing this first look at Trevor Veenstra. He had the touchdown run earlier. He's just running straight down the middle. Didn't get a lot of blocks there and just ends up running into a pile of guys. The thing about Trevor is in a one-on-one situation, he's going to be really hard to bring down, but he's running into crowds and just nowhere to go.
Well, so far we've had more success on the edge, a lot more team speed for Pella Christian, and this time it's Schurz trying to get around the right side. He does. There's a corner there that he shoves off, and then another linebacker comes over to help out. 2 or 3 Comet defenders bring down Benny Schurz at the 38 after a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, a 5-yard gain. He probably broke 5 tackles. He stiff arms the first 2 guys. I mentioned this on the air before, but Benny's 6'4", 6'5", not a typical look for a guy who's going to run the football.
Oh, we had some kind of a penalty there, JD.
Man, I missed that. 10-yard penalty. I have no idea what that could have been. Maybe it was a 5-yard face mask. I think that's still a thing in high school. But
well, because the play went to, it was just a 4-yard gain, and then it had to have been a 5-yard penalty. And so then move the chains. First down and 10 for PC. And now they try to run some misdirection, and Benny is in trouble back behind the line of scrimmage as he bobbled the handoff from Van Arendonk. He does everything he can to only lose 3 on that play back to the 37.
Yeah, I think as a coach, you're frustrated because the play didn't work. Thankfully, it didn't turn into a turnover, right?
Yep.
So you're at least saying, hey, we live to fight another day there. But that time they're doing the reverse play, hand it off to Schurz. He's going to hand it off to Sprunk. Never got to it.
And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. It's Pella Christian 22 and Cardinal nothing. And the Eagles are in Comet territory when we come back for the second quarter live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, one of the benefits of being a regular patient is that you have access to our 24-hour emergency care services. So if your dog is having puppies and need help at 3 in the morning and you're a current Tri-County client, the veterinarians are here for you. And heaven forbid, but if your cat gets hit by a car or eats something it shouldn't after regular business hours and you're a current Tri-County client, the veterinarians are here for you. Have your pet become an active patient of Tri-County Veterinary Clinic today and get access to our 24-hour emergency care.
Go to veterinarians.
Have you been ignoring your pain or masking it with pain relievers? What if I told you there's a better way? Hi, this is Ashley from Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. Not only will we help you get to the root of your pain, we will also help you through it with proven movement techniques and exercises that work for you. If you're ready for one-on-one specialized care to get you back to living a pain-free life, call Kinetic Edge today or visit kineticedgept.com.
Welcome back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. It's Pella Christian 22, Cardinal nothing. We're live on KNIA and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Trevor Castle and J.D. Bohr. The Eagles now moving from right to left. Have the ball at the 37-yard line on the right hash. Sprunk loops in motion. They pitch it to him back to the left side, trying to get to the near corner. He turns it inside the 25, stiff arms a defender, and is tackled out of bounds at the 20, 17 yards for Cooper Sprunk, and a Pella Christian first down.
Yeah, Cooper's kind of been the playmaker here tonight, obviously with the first 2 touchdowns, and that time gets the pitch. Once again, I just got to point out the blocks that are happening out on the edge. Really nice job by Isaiah Breams, who was lined up as a receiver, blocking 20 yards down the field to open up a nice gain in the first down.
And that brings the Eagles right to the edge of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, where they have a 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 20. Schurz goes in motion, handoff around the right side, gets a block, turns the corner, 10, far sideline 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Benny Schurz, a 20-yard run.
Yeah, that kind of felt like one of those where once Benny got his hands on it, it was over because he was able to get to the edge, got outside of the tackle box, and then it's just one man to beat. And that time he didn't have to break a tackle. He just used the wheels to go around him, gets inside the pylon, another touchdown. The Eagles struggled last drive, going to the air. This time they go back to the ground game and have plenty of success.
That time it was Connor Van Zee, who was the right guard out in front, leading the way for that 20-yard touchdown run for Benny Schurz. Eagles to go for 2 again in no kicking game, at least from an extra point field goal standpoint, that they feel comfortable with tonight. So Van Arendonk will throw, pumps left, throws left, wide open, wide open. Landon Fransman will never be that open again. He makes the catch for 2, and Pella Christian has now jumped out to a 29-0 lead. 11:36 to go, second quarter, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Brown Shoe Fit Pella is ready for fall. We have a great selection of business, casual, and everyday shoes from your favorite brands like Birkenstock, House, Echo, and Dansko. And at Brown Shoe Fit Pella, we have all your favorite athletic shoe brands like OnCloud, Hoka, Brooks, and New Balance. Don't forget, Brown Shoe Fit Pella has a work boot selection that works as hard as you do. Shop Brown Shoe Fit Pella. We're with you every step.
Providers and staff at Pella Regional Health Center are inspired by prevention. They believe that early detection of breast cancer is important because it increases a woman's chances of survival. At Pella Regional Health Center, women can get their 3D low-dose mammogram for breast cancer screening. Clinical studies have shown that a 3D mammogram is more accurate, finding serious breast cancers 40% earlier. To schedule your 3D mammogram at Pella Regional Health Center, call 641-628-6620.
Theme music's getting a workout, JD. 29-0 Pella Christian as we welcome you back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth here on KNIA and the Pella Christian YouTube channel as the ball blows off the tee. Gives us a chance to give you a couple of Strava Cellular instant radio updates. In fact, 4 of them coming in almost momentarily, simultaneously. Norwalk 13, Thomas Jefferson nothing. At the end of the first quarter, North Polk jumps out to a 7-0 lead over Indianola early in the second quarter. An opening kickoff return for Creston. They lead Knoxville 7-0, and Emmanuel Deers with a 7-yard touchdown run. Pella leads Hoover by a score of 7-0. Our score is Pella Christian 29. Check that, 30. My apologies. Pella Christian 30-0. All these 2-point conversion tries are throwing me off a little bit here, JD.
Not a normal football number right there.
So kick for Cardinal to the for Pella Christian, returned by Cardinal to the 30, and now a pass to the far side of the field is too tall, incomplete for the Comets. They'll have a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I got a feeling that our instant radio updates are going to be really busy here in the first, or I should say the next 30 minutes or so, and then I imagine they're going to die down in a hurry. Going to be a lot of lobsided matchups.
Yeah, again, Pella Hoover, this game, Knoxville, Creston, Norwalk, Jefferson, even PCM West Marshall, but the first 4 specifically are all trending towards big-time blowouts tonight. And luckily it's for the good guys in all but one case of Knoxville as they play the likely state champ favorites in Creston in 3A. We get a 2nd and 10 handoff, and that ball is stopped after a 1-yard gain. That was McIntosh again, his 4th carry for 5 yards tonight.
Yeah, and that time it looked like he might have fumbled the ball, but they ruled him down, whether it was by contact or forward progress. He just kind of plunged into a pile. Cooper Spronk was the one who scooped it up, thought maybe he'd stolen a touchdown there, but.
Well, he's got 1 rushing and 1 receiving.
Yeah.
Kind of thought maybe on that last punt return he might get a chance at 1 too, JD.
He's been busy.
All right, get ready to hear that sound, folks. Another Strava Cellular Instant Radio update, as JD predicted. It is now 14-0 Pella over Hoover. 2 fumbles for Hoover have led to an Emmanuel Deers touchdown and a Ben Mysteric touchdown. And now we get a Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. 30-0 PC. JD, as a coach, and you've been in games like this before, games where it's expected that you're going to blow the opposition out, or sometimes it's gone the other way, unfortunately. What's the approach in a situation like this?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the first thing is you tell the guys, respect for the opponent is really important, right? You're not trying to show anybody up, and we haven't seen anything like that. And part of respecting opponent too is saying, hey, I'm going to go out there and give my best. You can't tell guys to throttle it back. That's really not anything you ever want to teach any of your players. When we're out there, we're going hard, and I imagine, and so far we've seen that here from the Eagles. Now, as a coaching staff, you might sprinkle in some new things. You might sprinkle in some new players, and obviously we'll see the subs come in here at some point. But I think you're saying, hey, we're going to keep playing hard. We're going to respect our opponent by doing that, and hopefully, obviously stay away from injuries and things like that too. But as a coach, there's not much you can do about that.
Out of the Pella Motors timeout, it is 3rd down and 9, and the pass is dropped. Would have been a couple of yards shy of a 1st down for Cardinal to the far hash, but it's incomplete, and it will bring up a 4th and 9. This is the 5th Cardinal drive. They are still looking for their first down of the evening. They will bring the punt team on. This is their 4th punt. They also failed on 1 4th down so far, and it's 30-0 Pella Christian. Here's the snap. Punt is high and short and caught at the 49-yard line. Fair caught. And Pella Christian will start right around midfield at the 49-yard line of Cardinal on the Benny Schurz fair catch.
I think Benny earned a couple of yards there that maybe he wasn't supposed to get there, but it does start in plus territory here. I think we're going to see a little bit of a mix, it looks like, as far as the unit that comes out here. Actually, it looks like it's mostly a second-team unit, kind of a JV group taking the field here for Pella Christian.
It is of no consequence, but I have no idea how that ball is at their 49-yard line. Benny clearly caught that at our 49, handed it to the ref, and he went and spotted it at the Cardinal 49.
Well, there was a punt earlier that clearly went out at the 40, and we got the ball to 36. I'm not sure how that happened either.
All right, so 1st and 10 for PC, and the Eagles hand it off, and a nice play in the backfield. Ooh, big slam down to the turf.
We don't got a number 54.
On the Cardinal, yeah, it was a 54 for Cardinal.
I'd love to know who that was.
And there is no 54 on their roster, and I missed the ball carrier, JD, because I was looking for him. It was Veenstra.
Yeah,
Boy, 54 made Trevor look like a little ragdoll out there.
I was telling you early on, I thought, man, I don't know if one guy is going to be able to bring Veenstra down, but there you go. I mean, he met his match there a little bit, running out to the left side.
He said, you're going back to the other 49-yard line.
Yeah, right.
Now a throw coming from PC, and this is Ritzert on the pass. Caught by Veenstra, far sideline, and off to the races. Trevor Veenstra all the way in. Touchdown, Eagles, 51 yards from Brecken Ritzert.
Just an excellent play there. They fake the handoff. Ritzert rolls out to the right, and Veenstra just kind of sneaks into the flat. We've seen Cooper Spronk score and have big plays on a similar style of play. This time it's 34. Veenstra gets the catch, and it was over. By the time he got downfield, nobody was going to catch him. He had a good blocks out in front of him.
And so Pella Christian, their 5th touchdown of the night with 9:49 remaining here in quarter number 2. And the extra point will be attempted this time for PC. So they do have the kicker Keegan on for an extra point try, and before the snap is even away, there's all kinds of movement up front. Yep, offsides on Cardinal.
Yeah, they're going to keep.
Offsides.
I think now, as a coaching staff, they got that 35 points. So now you're saying, all right, let's work on some things. And one of those things to work on is trying out a new kicking unit here with Elias Keegan, the freshman.
And the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So Pella Christian gets the conventional 7. And the Eagles now have a 37-0 lead. 9:49 to go. Second quarter, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Hi, this is Tim Tegerenheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. I love watching football and I love going to football games. Like many of you, I'm a huge fan of the Dutch, the Eagles, and the Central Dutch. If you're looking for a quick meal on your way to the game or a tasty treat when it's over, stop into Culver's in Pella. We'll make you a fresh, never frozen burger just how you want it, one of our famous concrete mixers, or any of our other great menu items. We're locally owned and involved in your community. Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
If you have friends or family coming to Pella, make reservations for them to stay in Pella's finest accommodations, the Amsterdam Hotel.
We have many different packages available depending on what they are looking for during their visit.
Our weekend getaway package includes flowers, chocolates, and champagne.
The Visit Pella package has tickets to the Historical Village, Vermeer Windmill, and Pella bucks to spend around town.
And the stay and play package includes golf at Boss Landon.
Find the perfect package for your guests or yourself by visiting royalamsterdam.com for the Amsterdam Hotel on the Bollengracht in Pella.
Pella Christian 37, Cardinals 0, 9 minutes and 49 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Trevor Castle, JD Moore live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Here comes the kickoff from Keegan from right to left.
Uh-oh.
And that's popped up in the air, dropped loose on the ground, and Cardinal falls on it at the 33. yard line. Check of the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. It's Pella 16, Des Moines Hoover nothing, Creston 7, Knoxville nothing, and an early kickoff return for a touchdown. North Polk leads Indianola 7-0 early in the second quarter. Norwalk over Council Bluffs Jefferson 20-0 in the second, and no score update yet. PCM and West Marshall. That game started at 7:30, and that's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county. First down and 10 for Cardinal at the 33-yard line. And the shotgun snap and a pump fake throw to the far side, and that's too tall again. Incomplete. And JD, that 51-yard touchdown pass from Brecken Ritzert to Trevor Veenstra is tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing. We know what Trevor Veenstra can do out in the open field. Brecken Ritzert getting a little run at QB and makes a nice throw, and Trevor helps him pay it off for the touchdown.
Yeah, you mentioned it. I mean, Brecken's a good quarterback. You know, he's a guy who got some snaps in the first game against Des Moines Christian, and since then it's kind of been Caleb Van Arendonk and just allowing him to develop and grow. But Brecken, just a sophomore, his time is coming. He's a good leader, a good quarterback. Didn't have to do a whole lot on that one, but it counts the same in the stat book.
All right, here's a handoff coming around the left side. This is Roop looking for some running room. It is just not there, and he's angled out of bounds by Johnson Morgan. About no gain. It'll be third down and long. That touchdown pass from Ritzert to Veenstra. Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. That was a 1-yard loss on the play, and it brings up a 3rd and 11 with 8:06 to go in the second quarter. Pella Christian leads 37-0.
Yeah, and we're seeing just mixing in some different guys, which allows you to stay competitive, stay in the rhythm of the game, but just give different guys some breaks. A lot of new players in the secondary here for the Eagles.
Here's a throw coming from, or at least wants to throw, under pressure, and Lutke is buried in the backfield. He's sacked for a 1-yard loss. We'll try to check the numbers on the Eagles that are there.
I think you got Connor Van Zee and Keegan Fatma. Keegan was actually there first. He kind of broke through a little bit of an arm tackle from Keegan and ran right into Connor Van Zee for the tackle. But some of those secondary guys, Eli Cadwell is out there, Landon Nunnikoven and Caleb Volk, they're just as responsible for that sack as there's a bit of a coverage sack. Nowhere to go with the ball.
And now on fourth down to punt it away. End over end kick. Grabbed by Sprunk on the run at the 40, heading to the far side of the field at the Comet 40, gets a block and is driven out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And down to the 27-yard line. And JD, we're going to take a look already at tonight's longest drive, which is presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. It was the opening drive of the game for PC, where they got eventually, it was a long run by Benny Schurz to set up a Cooper Sprunk touchdown. Every other drive for PC has started in Comet territory.
Right.
And they've all ended in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Check that, actually one. There was the 4 and out where we've passed it 4 times.
Yeah.
But the opening drive of the game, where the Eagles had to go about 65 yards for the game-opening touchdown, is tonight's longest drive, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design. All your hardware, plumbing, and interior design solutions are just a short drive away at Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center in Pella. First and 10 from the 27-yard line, and Ritzert hands it off. They keep it on the ground and breaking away. Nice run and all the way home. Touchdown, Noah Nunnikoven, 27 yards.
Great job there. Noah Nunnikoven does most of his work on the defensive side of the ball, playing corner. But that time the senior gets a couple snaps here on offense. Really nice job. I thought the blocking was good out in front of him. Looks like number 63, Dylan Utermark, was pulling out and did a nice job of laying that block, and Nunnikoven follows it into the end zone.
Boy, and he did a nice little kind of bobbing and weaving, moseying his way through traffic to get into the end zone for the touchdown. 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. And Keegan on for another extra point. Snap, spot, kick, blocked. And that's loose on the ground. Could be run back, but it's covered up. And the extra point is no good. It's Pella Christian 43, Cardinal 0. 6:04 to go, second quarter. Live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Something big is happening. Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Now, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like fuel savings. Plus, save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices. Like Tide, H Perks price $9.97. And bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Make the switch or sign up for Hy-Vee Perks and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
At BSN Sports, we work with high schools, colleges, and universities all around the country. This is Phil Hemming, and I'd like to say a special thank you to Pella and Pella Christian for their partnership. Both schools earn rewards on every purchase they make for uniforms, apparel, equipment, and every fan gear website we set up. A big thanks to our local schools, and thank you for your support of BSN web stores for your favorite local teams.
Unikoven's 27-yard touchdown run makes it 43-0 Pella Christian, and now a squib kick by Keegan rolls all the way down to the 16-yard line, picked up by Cardinal. Eagles giving chase, broken tackle at the 25 and out to the 28-yard line. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. It has been all Pella Christian. 6 Cardinal drives, 0 first downs. 7 Pella Christian drives, 6 touchdowns. 2 for Cooper Sprunk, 2 for Trevor Veenstra, 1 for Benny Schurz, 1 for Noah Unikoven. 43-0 Eagles. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
And now first down and 10 for Cardinal at the 27-yard line. They are moving from left to right. Man comes looping back in motion. They try to hand it off. Ball is on the ground, fumbled. Yeah. And I think PC's on it. They are. The Eagles come up with the first takeaway of the game. It's a fumble recovery and a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you see who got on top of that ball? It might have been Keegan Fatma, but one of those defensive linemen got in the backfield, and as the exchange is happening, the ball falls on the ground, and the Eagles were able to fall on it. Again, you mentioned it. I mean, Pella Christian has run 2 plays on their side of the field. Everything else has been on the opposite side of the 50. And once again, another drive starting in plus territory for the Eagles.
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update is now Pella 32, Hoover 0. JD, they have not even played 5 minutes in that game.
Yeah.
They have 2 safeties in the game.
Oh.
And now here's a handoff around the right side. This is Volk. And not much there. He gets a yard down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, timing a little disrupted on that play. I think they were just running out a new center. Tim Minders runs out onto the field, the junior. You know, sometimes you'd rather get a few warm-up snaps as a center, but he'll have to kind of get that sorted out here and say keep things rolling.
We've hit the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Pella Christian, or of the second quarter, late first half, I should say. Easy for me to say. And now the Eagles hand it off again. I think that was Volk again.
I think that was Johnson Morgan that time. Hard to tell because the second he got the football, he was being
just
put
swallowed
on the ground.
up. Yeah.
That time, some struggles there from the right side of this offensive line. Again, this is now a whole new group on the offensive line. They got to kind of find their way here a little bit.
And that was a loss of a yard, and now they go back to the ground. Inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. And that's Cadwell. Boy, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep up with all this, JD.
I'll help you out. I've obviously seen I have the beauty of seeing these guys walk the hallways.
Yes,
you know, so then I'm like, oh yeah, that's the number that I can associate with the kid. Eli Cadwell, a sophomore, playing some of that motion running back position, gets the carry.
It brings up a 4th and 2, and Cadwell gets another carry. He gets undercut at the 15, falls forward to the 14 for a 3-yard gain and an Eagle first down.
Yeah, good, nice run there. Obviously struggled on the first couple plays, but you see that offensive line starting to find its rhythm. You really love to see, you know, it's not going to make an impact at the end of this game, but the second unit, you know, can they have some success? Can they put a drive together? You want to be able to move the football. Obviously, the clock's going to be rolling no matter what as we run under 2:30 now in the second quarter. But it's good for the Eagles to have some success with some of these younger guys out on the field.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Direct snap, and here's a run from Ritzert, and he's hog-tied at the 11 and spun down after a 3-yard gain. Straver Cellular Instant Radio Update. They've reached the end of the first quarter, and PCM and West Marshall are tied 0-0. And Pella adds a pick 6, and they have now reached the 6:01 mark of the first quarter, and it's 39-0 Pella. Here it is 43-0 Pella Christian, under 2 minutes to go in the first half. And before we get the snap to Ritzert, we get a whistle and a false start penalty on PC. 2 penalties for 10 yards for PC, 3 for 15 for Cardinal. They've all been infractions, a false start, offsides type things, other than the one mystery penalty that we missed. That was back in the first quarter on Cardinal for 5 yards.
If it was a penalty, I mean, maybe the refs just move it.
No, we're just going to give them 5 yards, yeah.
Because I did not see a flag, nor did I see a ref motion anything, but here we are.
So now we're into 2nd down and a dozen back at the 16-yard line. Ritzert takes the snap, runs a fake, rolls to the right, throws to the right, little too tall and incomplete for Morgan down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think Ritzert's going to wish, he wished he about a half second longer to allow Morgan to get outside his man so he can put a little more on it, but that time he lofted it up. Of course, if Johnson was able to haul it in, he would have scored, but just a little bit out of reach as Ritzert was trying to avoid the defender. Brings up 3rd down here. There's about a little under a minute to go now with 50 seconds.
Yeah, and you do got to keep in mind the clock's running.
Right.
I mean, so sometimes you like that, and sometimes you're like, hey, we're coming towards the end of the half. We got to go. 3rd and a dozen. Ritzert takes a snap, handoff to Cadwell, and he just gets inside the 15 down to the 12. So that's a 3-yard gain, and that will bring up a 3rd and 9. Pardon me, 4th and 9.
Yeah.
And I think the Eagles are just going to let this run down and maybe just run one last play here in the half. Toss it into the end zone, JD?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Landon Fransman going 6'6". Just throw it up there, give that guy a chance, and I think he can haul it in. I don't think Landon's had a touchdown. He had that 2-point conversion earlier, but they're going to give him a chance right
On
here.
4th down, they lob it up to Fransman, back corner, the end zone. They gave him a chance, JD, and it slips through his fingers, incomplete on the final play of the first half.
Yeah, I love it. Love the chance. Throw it up there for the big fella. He looked like he might have had 2 hands on it, but just couldn't quite haul it in.
Our score at halftime is Pella Christian 43, Cardinal nothing. Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show is coming up here on KNIA, KRLS.com.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we do more than help people buy and sell homes. For some, renting is the better option. Hi, this is Levi Spain, and we have more than 300 rental units under our umbrella, now including High Point Apartments. All of our properties are owned by local investors who care about our community, so we make sure they're kept clean and well maintained by a team of local experienced handymen. If renting is the right choice for you, see our current openings at PellaRentals.com or call 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Pella Engraving and Sign Company has a way to help your business or organization stand out. Vehicle graphics. Vehicle graphics are designed with bright, vibrant colors to make you stand out from all the other cars, trucks, vans, and trailers on the road due to its unique and creative designs based on your company's logo. Everywhere you go, everywhere you park, your business is on display. For more information on how Pella Engraving and Sign Company can help you grow your business, visit PellaEngraving.com or call 628-2791.
A great drive on the field is key in football. It's also our goal for you behind the wheel. Hi, this is Jason from Lauterbach Buick GMC. We have the winning game plan for the purchase of your new or quality pre-owned vehicle. Come check out the all-new 2024 Buick Envista and Encore GX or the redesigned GMC Sierra and get 2.9% financing for 60 months. Be ready for the long drive with a top-notch body shop and service center. On your team since 1981, Lauterbach Buick GMC I-80 Speedway exit 168 or online at lauterbachcars.com.
Grow strong with us, Night and State Bank, Night and State Bank.
Could you be earning higher interest rates on your checking and savings accounts with our exclusive Light & Rewards account? Last year, we gave over $126,000 back to our rewards customers. If you'd like to earn our best rates for things you're probably already doing, like swiping your debit card, receiving e-statements, and making payments by ACH debit, visit lightandbank.com and start your account opening today. Member FDIC.
Wondering where to go for all your hardware and plumbing needs? Look no further than Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. They have everything from nuts, bolts, and screws to plumbing supplies, and as always, they carry lumber and building supplies. And if you need help with your flooring, kitchen, or bathroom remodel, their design specialists are here to help with the space planning, layout, and material selection. Don't waste any more time running from store to store. Come to Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center and get everything you need in one convenient location.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
Hi, this is Randy DeVries with Centerpoint Electric in Pella. My wife Jody and I both grew up in the area, raised our family in the area, and we've been serving customers in the area since 2000. We're big supporters of activities at both Pella Christian and Pella Community Schools, and we're excited to be part of the live coverage of the Eagles and the Dutch here on KRLS. If you need electrical work done on your home or your business, we're here to help, and we're wired for excellence. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com.
Pella Christian 43, Cardinal 0 as we welcome you inside of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there's no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Let's go ahead and recap the scoring to start. Pella Christian with 3 touchdowns in each quarter. Cooper Sprunk an 18-yard run and a 24-yard catch from Caleb Van Arendonk on the Eagles' first 2 drives. And then Trevor Veenstra added a 4-yard run after a block punt later in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Benny Schurz with a 20-yard run, Veenstra with a 51-yard catch from Brecken Ritzert, and Noah Nunakoven a 27-yard run. The Eagles got 1 extra point on 2 tries from Elias Keegan. He made 1 and had 1 blocked. They failed on a 2-point run, and they have 3 successful 2-point conversions. Caleb Van Arendonk on a run and a couple of passes to Breams and Franzman, and that's how the Eagles get to 43. Now we go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, and it looks like this. 234 yards of offense for PC on 28 plays to just 3 yards for Cardinal and 0 first downs on 20 offensive plays. For PC, Benny Schurz with 65 yards rushing, Cooper Sprunk with 33, Noah Nunakoven with 27. They all have a touchdown. Van Arendonk is 2 of 6 for 36 yards. Ritzert 1 of 3 for 51 yards. Veenstra, Sprunk, and Franzman have the 3 catches for PC. And Garrett Wheelard and Trevor Veenstra leading the way on the tackle charts for the Eagles. Haven't called Wheelard's name, but he's been sliding in there. They each have 5 tackles apiece, and Isaac Cox leads the way with 7 tackles for Cardinal. Inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. JD, this is the mismatch we thought we were going to get. Your thoughts on the way the first 24 minutes have shook out?
Yeah, I think obviously it's kind of what we expected a little bit. You know, I think for Pella Christian, obviously putting a lot of points on the board, doing it a few different ways. Maybe not as crisp and clean as they'd always like it to be, but able to get their playmakers in space, and those guys are tough to bring down all the way around. And, you know, for Cardinal, obviously 3 yards of offense isn't what they would want. I think they can hang their hat on the fact that they haven't turned the ball over very much. They did have one fumble, but for the most part, they're taking care of the ball. I know with new guys out there, that's tough to do sometimes. And, you know, the other thing, you mentioned Cox with 7 tackles. I mean, that's a defensive lineman with 7 tackles, and we've called his name a couple times. There's some good players out there wearing white. It's just hard when you don't have the numbers, right? I mean, football is a game of numbers. Pella Christian with plenty of dudes on their roster. The Comets struggling with that a little bit here tonight. and that's obviously going to be a factor as we continue to move into the second half.
As we look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, it does give us a chance. Hey, there's blowouts and then there's blowouts, right? I mean, this is a blowout. It's 43-0 at the half. Could have been worse if PC wanted it to be. But over across town, just a couple of miles away on University Street, with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, 39-0 Pella with the lead. Hoover has been safetied twice, lost 2 fumbles, and thrown a pick 6 in the first 6 minutes of the game. You know, we were talking a little bit off the air. Hey, the Comets are at least hanging on to the ball. They're making some forward progress here and there. They don't have a first down. They don't have a lot of yards, but it's not that bad.
Oh, I mean, those are tough. Football brings that out sometimes, you know, because it's so much about numbers and, you know, are your athletes into it? What kind of program do you have? And not always the fun games to be at, but it's just a reality of high school football sometimes.
Number 2, Creston leads Knoxville 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. North Polk hit a 78-yard touchdown pass in the waning seconds of the first half. They lead Indianola 14-0. Norwalk leads Council Bluffs Jefferson 33-0 late in the second quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, no score between PCM and West Marshall. And there's a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. It is now 48-0, a third safety for Pella. 48-0 at the end of the first quarter, and that is the full Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Our score is Pella Christian 43, Cardinal 0. We'll take a timeout inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Come back with our second half adjustments and a look ahead to the third and fourth quarters when we return to Eagle Lane here on KNIA and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Looking for a bank account that works as hard as you do? With Sensible Checking from Bank Iowa, whatever you are spending your money on, we'll pay you for. At 10 cents cash back for each qualifying debit card purchase, you will earn cash back of $1 for every 10 qualifying debit card transactions. You'll also enjoy free online banking, bill pay, and a free debit card. And with no monthly service charge, you can swipe your heart out. Spend money, make money. Learn more at bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Help Washington State Bank pack the pumpkin this fall with non-perishable and unexpired pantry items. From now until Friday, October 13th, Washington State Bank will be hosting a food drive accepting items in all our lobbies to donate to local pantries. Items can be placed in the big orange pumpkin while the lobby is open, and for each item dropped off, Washington State Bank will match the donation. For a list of suggested items and more information, visit our website, washsb.com, or check out our Facebook page. Invested in you, Washington State Bank.
The horn on the car goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the car goes beep, beep, beep at Central Tire and Auto.
You probably don't need your horn fixed, but if you do, Central Tire and Auto can help with your horn and almost any other issue you have. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Central Tire and Auto.
Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry is just as attentive and imaginative as you are when it comes to your remodel. Just ask Justin Plate of Pella.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and he's just known for high quality and attention to detail, and I'm kind of a perfectionist type person. I really like things done the right way. I've known him to be very high attention to detail and have been really impressed through that whole project.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams.
It is received by Benny Schurz. He'll return it. He's got a hole. He's at the 35, 40, 50. One man to beat. Schurz will beat him. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Benny Schurz opens the 2023 season with a kickoff return for a touchdown.
When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Welcome back back inside of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on KNIA KRLS.com and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Pella Christian leads Cardinal 43-0, and you are listening to Pella Christian football powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS 2 stream at KNIA KRLS.com. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being. Whatever that is for you, Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr, and time now to take a look at tonight's second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Really, the only adjustment for the Eagles is going to be the bench, right? And getting some more guys in, getting some more guys experience. We heard from Coach Kakmarinsky in the pregame interview, and he was looking forward to. He challenged his starters to have a good enough performance early in this game so that he could get the reserves, the JV kids, the sophomores who have had very little playing time this year because there have not been very many lopsided scores. He challenged those upperclassmen tonight. Hey, let's get some cushion here. Let's give a chance for these younger guys to play, and they're going to play the whole 24 minutes.
Yeah, they are. So we're going to see a lot of different numbers out there, different guys playing roles. And, I think that's great for a program to get those guys under the lights on a Friday night, get them that feeling, hopefully they can have some success. And I think that's what I'm looking to see is just execution. Can you handle the snaps? Can you take care of the ball? Can you get the timing the way that you want it to? And that's both sides of the ball, because the thing for Cardinal is they're not going to bring in a bunch of subs because they don't have them.
No.
But, those guys are going to get tired here, too. They're going to get worn out. Just hoping for some clean football on both sides here into the second half.
The other adjustment is the clock. It's running clock, and that'll keep rolling throughout the entirety of the second half. So this will be a very, very fast-moving second half, and one of the shorter broadcasts of the year. The other thing to point out, JD, is, hey, when these guys are out here for PC, Coach Cack wants them playing ball, right? I mean, this isn't take it easy. They're out there to try to execute, and if that means they score and maybe it looks like they're piling things on, that's not the case. But you mentioned earlier, you don't go out there and pull off the throttle or half step it or anything like that. That's when injuries happen. When you're on the field, you're giving it your all.
Yeah, and you know what? I think even on the other side of it, that's what you would want, right? I've been on the other side of those too.
Right.
I mean, I could say, yeah, we maybe blown out some teams, but shoot, we've gotten blown out plenty too. And once you start feeling like that other team's letting off the gas and trying to just making a joke, a mockery of the game, that's when you really get upset. You want these guys to play hard, and they will, right? It'll just be a different group of guys, certainly some freshmen and sophomores mixed in, maybe some juniors who don't get to see the field quite as often. So that's fun for them too, and those guys will be fired up. Hopefully, ready to make a statement here, ready to make an impact on a game on a Friday night.
We do have a couple of Stravers Cellular Instant Radio updates. Creston leads Knoxville 21-0. That's early second quarter. And both PCM and West Marshall have scored touchdowns. The Mustangs jumped out to a 7-0 lead, and the Trojans answered right back. 3:23 to go before halftime in Monroe. PCM 7, West Marshall 7. A little closer than we expected, but maybe we shouldn't have expected anything but that. That's been a really tight rivalry over the years, and right now they're tied 7-7. The rest of the games on the network, including ours, not so much. It is senior night here at Pella Christian. That will be after the game, so we'll let you listen in to the senior night presentation. And last regular season home game, but the Eagles, the way things are tracking, it looks like they'll be the number 2 seed out of the district and would get a first-round home game in the playoffs, which would be 2 weeks from tonight. So hopefully at least one more chance to play a game here on Eagle Lane. But, bigger picture, JD, I mean, this is a program that Coach Kakmarinsky has gotten to the point where the standard is playoff success, right? Not just regular season success, not just getting to the playoffs, but winning playoff games. The 2 playoff caliber teams that they've played this year, they have not fared well against, with Grundy Center, who's maybe the favorite to win a state title, Sigourney Kyoto last week. What, as far as the Eagles are concerned, as they're looking big picture, what are some things that you'd like to see over these next couple of weeks to get themselves in playoff positioning, playoff shape, to be able to win a big game in the playoffs?
Well, I think it's what Coach Cack talked about in the pregame. We mentioned it a little bit at the beginning of the game, just that level of physicality. I think you look at Grundy Center, and I mean, that's as impressed as I've been with a high school football team, since I've been calling these games for the last 4 years. I mean, they were outstanding. Pella Christian did show some physicality. When they beat PCM here earlier this year, I mean, that was a big win for them, and I think something that they can hang their hat on a little bit. But
and who to interrupt, by the way, is going to be a two-way district champion playoff team, so that's a big win.
Right. So they did have that one. What a crazy game that was. It's just an unbelievable game that they were able to come out on top. But, just can they win in the trenches? We know that they got the speed on the outside, the playmakers. It's a new offense, and offensively it's been just a little bit hit or miss because we're just struggling with, well, what are we? What is our fastball? What's our go-to? Whereas in past years it maybe felt like, we can win at the line of scrimmage with some physicality on the offensive side of the ball. It just hasn't quite been there. But that speed element is still very real on both sides of the ball. This is an athletic, quick team.
That'll wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show with the score: Pella Christian 43 and Cardinal nothing. It also is a wrap on our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their new showroom just down the road from us here on Eagle Lane at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And for tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Pella Christian 43, Cardinal nothing. The Eagles will be kicking off to start the second half from right to left. And the Comets, with 3 yards of offense and no first downs in the first half, will be starting with the ball after the Eagle kickoff. Not sure why the delay here. The clock has been at 000 for a bit. Now it's got 12 minutes on it. The Comets have been on the field for about a minute. And now finally Pella Christian's breaking out with their kickoff team.
Yeah, kickoff team that has been awful busy.
Yes, it has. This will be the 7th kickoff of the night for Pella Christian.
Yeah, they are. They're getting their workout, running down the field on these kickoffs. Elias Keegan, the freshman, had done a nice job. He's booted a couple deep. He's also done a couple squib kicks. All of them have been effective, as this coverage unit has been excellent so far tonight for Pella Christian.
Ball fell off the tee. Strauver Cellular Instant Radio update: Norwalk 41, Thomas Jefferson 0 at the half. A fumble recovery for a touchdown. Pella leads Hoover 54-0 in the second quarter. And West Marshall with a pick six leads PCM 14-7 late in the first half. Here's a kick return from the 5, and great tackling for Pella Christian. I think that was Landon Nunnekoven flying down and making the play at the 11-yard line. Nice job, Landon.
Yeah, Landon Nunnekoven, the sophomore. He'll mix in here tonight and some safety roles and some running back roles, but does a nice job there on the coverage unit. It's just awesome when you can kind of clip a guy by his heels, and wrap him up, drag him down.
Yeah, it's textbook.
That was great, and it's way back at the 11-yard line here for Cardinal.
So 1st and 10 for the Comets, still looking for their first down, and the clock is running. Expect this to be a very fast-moving second half, folks. But there's a penalty.
Yeah, and
it's an offsides on
It was,
PC.
Yeah, it was Daniel Gilworth who, I don't know if it was just he's getting excited or maybe some cadence there drew him off sides, but that's the type of thing that we don't want to see here in this second half. Let's keep it clean here and stay away from the penalties, stay away from the turnovers.
Out of the pistol, man shuffles in motion for Cardinal, and they go to the ground with a handoff around the left side and dropped in the backfield for a loss of a yard. That was McIntosh, his 6th carry of the game. And it goes backwards, and it brings up a second down. And they'll give him no gain, I guess. So 2nd and 5.
Yeah, 2nd and 5. And Devin Runner was the Eagle there on the coming from his defensive end spot. Did a nice job of shedding his block, making the tackle right there at the line of scrimmage.
Keep on bailing me out with these names and numbers, JD. I appreciate it, my man. Here's a 2nd down pass, and it's fired to the far side and dropped, incomplete. 3rd and 5 coming up with PC leading 43-0.
Yeah, and here we go, right? The 3rd down, Cardinal got those 5 yards, right? It's their opportunity, only 3 yards of offense in the first half, and this is kind of their chance to see if they can pick up that 1st down, the first couple plays. Nothing to show for it here. 3rd down and 5. Obviously, they'll have some more opportunities to pick up a first down, but when you get that free 5 yards, that's really where you got to make the most of it.
0 of 6 on third downs. Here comes a pass, looking to the near side of the field, and it's juggled and caught, and they'll get the first down of the game. Cadwell nearly had a pick six. It slipped through his hands, and then it was caught, and a first down on the play goes for Mason Grove out to the 26-yard line.
And Mason Grove ends up with the first down for the Comets. Nice job for them. But truthfully, that one could have easily been a pick six, like you mentioned. The ball kind of got floated out there. Cadwell had a good read on it, good jump on it, just not quite the reach to be able to haul that one in. And instead, it's tipped up and caught.
That is a 10-yard catch for Grove, and now they go back to the ground.
That's a good one.
And here's a run for Ethan Schultz. His first carry of the game gets out to the 29-yard line. It was a good hole, but then PC closed it pretty quickly after a 3-yard gain to the 29.
Yeah, that's Blake Six, the linebacker who makes the tackle. He's a sophomore, and earlier this year against Eddyville, I thought he had an excellent game, flying around all over the place in the second half. He's kind of a long, rangy athlete, able to wrap him up and take him down for a 3-yard gain.
8:50 to go in quarter number 3, and Pella Christian has a 43-0 lead. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Comets at the 29-yard line. And before we get a shotgun snap, we get a whistle and another offsides on Pella Christian, the second 5-yard infraction of this drive. Creston 28, Knoxville 0, nearing halftime on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Tell you what, Stravers is getting their money's worth tonight on a blowout Friday night here in South Central Iowa with high school football. Schultz on the handoff and picks up another Cardinal first down as he crosses the 35-yard line and out to the 38 for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, this is obviously, going against some different guys now, but this offensive line for Cardinal doing a nice job opening up some holes. They got you had number 21, Schultz, running through them, finding some green out in front of him, and another first down here, approaching midfield, getting there.
Boy, when the clock runs like this, you really realize how much of football, is played with the clock stopped and stuff like that. I mean, we've already played 4.5 minutes. We have another penalty coming here, another pre-snap penalty, and the ball has only moved about 25 yards. We've almost burned half of this third quarter clock. This is going backwards on a 5-yard false start.
Yeah, hang on, everybody at home, because this is going to go in a hurry. You might run to the bathroom and come back and you miss the third quarter.
Right. Down nearing the 7-minute mark. Cardinal trying to get lined up and can't, so they call a Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. And it gives us a chance to take a look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. And a lot of blowouts tonight, folks. Pella 54, Des Moines Hoover 0. That's early in the second quarter. Just mentioned Creston over Knoxville 28-0 nearing halftime. It's at the half at North Polk where the Comets lead Indianola 14-0. Also at the half in Norwalk where the Warriors lead Council Bluffs Jefferson 41-0. And nearing halftime in Monroe, West Marshall leads PCM 14-0. A Warren County 8-man score. It's Lennox 24, Southeast Warren 0. That is at the end of the third quarter, and that is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Our score is 43-0. The Eagles with 6 first-half touchdowns. The running clock is on, and PC is in control. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Here's a QB run after a fake handoff, and decent yardage back up near the original line of scrimmage. It's a 4-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Toby Belzer on the tackle.
I missed that one. It was Toby Belzer.
And, it seems like Cardinals quite all right, just let's get back on the bus type of situation, right? They're going to run the clock down. They're running it, they've thrown it a couple of times, but they're not trying to air it out. They're just trying to keep this game moving as well. 2nd down and 11. And little misdirection. The ball is going all over the place, and it's a fumble. And I think PC's on it. No, they're saying incomplete. It was a tap pass. It was an incomplete tap pass.
It was absolutely supposed to be a handoff. The only problem with that was Toby Belzer was wrapping up the quarterback before he was able to hand it off. So instead, he tries to just pitch it ahead to his running back, who drops it, but it does go down as an incomplete pass. So all that. And but you mentioned that, Cardinal, they're in a situation where, you see a bunch of guys in jeans on the sideline. Yep. They've had some injuries, obviously, so far this season, and, some other things going on. So it makes it, you just want to get out of here healthy, right? They're not going to do anything crazy either.
3rd down and 11, and it's a play action fake, and dump down short. Catch is made and pushed out of bounds. Short of the first down. And it was McIntosh, the running back, on the reception.
Yeah, McIntosh has been busy tonight.
Got 6 up to the 43-yard line.
The best pass play from the Comets so far tonight, just kind of rolling out to his left, dumped it off, but it will bring up a 4th down, and I think they're going to punt it away. Yep.
Punt is away, and it's caught on the run at the 34-yard line with a hole, and out near the 45-yard line. So the Eagles will start on their own side of the field after the Brecken-Ritzert return, but very near midfield, JD, with 5:05 to go. And by the way, PCM has tied it up after a 0-0 first quarter. The fireworks are finally getting lit off in Monroe. Mustangs 14, West Marshall 14, 5 seconds before halftime there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you said it's the 45-yard line. The Eagles started on their own 45-yard line. This is
uncharted territory here, JD.
I mean, the opening kickoff, they had 2 snaps on their side of the field. This will be the 3rd snap of the game that the Eagles will take on their side of the 50.
1st and 10 from the 45, right to left for the Eagles, leading 43-0, and Ritzert hands it off around the left side to midfield. They won't snap another one on this drive in their own territory as Johnson Morgan picks up 11 to the Comet 44-yard line.
Yeah, seeing a few more bodies out here that have seen some varsity action for Pella Christian, at least starting the half. There's Johnson Morgan. He's a guy who had a absolutely outstanding game to start the year against Des Moines Christian. Has battled some injuries midway through the year, but this is an opportunity for him to kind of find his groove again as he begins to get healthy and able to use his speed.
1st and 10 from the Comet 44-yard line. They go to Morgan on the ground again around the left side. Nice. Great blocking, a lot of room. And Johnson weaving his way through traffic, stays on his feet down to the 29-yard line as he rips off a run for 15.
Yeah, you love to see a guy 15 yards down the field still trying to break a tackle. He's one of those runners. Every time he gets the ball in his hand, he's trying to put 6 on the board. Nice run there and good blocking. Dylan Udemark, we mentioned him earlier, pulling out in front of him and laying a nice block there from his left guard spot.
3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Pella Christian leads 43-0. Man in motion is Volk, and they get it to him around the right side, and he's got some running room down near the 20-yard line. He's chopped down right there after a 9-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 1 right on the edge of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone.
Yeah, as we move to 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. So far, so good for this Eagles offense. I was hoping to see well executed, still play with pace, still playing hard. So far, 3 runs, all of them for nice gains. Moving into about, right at the 20-yard line now. So moving into the red zone, this has been a good drive.
2nd and 1 for the Eagles at the Cardinal 20-yard line, right to left for PC. Snap to Ritzert, handoff to Cadwell around the left side. And I think there's a flag down back in the defensive backfield, probably in the area of holding for PC. There's the call. It'll cost the Eagles 10.
Shoot, yeah, you get 2nd and 1. Now you're going to back them up 10 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 11 kind of play.
Well, the last 3 runs have gone for 11, 15, and 9, so I kind of like our chances, JD.
Yeah, that's true. It was Eli Cadwell that time, and it wasn't quite as much room. If it wasn't, 2nd and 1, you might have even thought about declining the penalty because they did get him down behind the line of scrimmage, but it is accepted.
Now it is 2nd down and 11, and there's a false start, and the play is going. The pass is caught. We're not going to get real excited because this is coming back Not sure why they didn't blow the play dead. They may call it illegal motion. Yeah, it's an illegal shift rather than a false start. So another 5-yard penalty. And this is the type of thing that'll make Coach Cack pull his hair out, JD. When you look at, you start to put some guys in that haven't got a lot of playing time, and 4 penalties for 25 yards in this third quarter alone. 2 on defense, now 2 on offense, and that'll back it up to 2nd and 16.
Yeah, and I feel this is important in any sport, but especially football, where these guys may not get as many opportunities consistently in game-like situations. So this is important, you know, because next year these guys are going to be called upon. I mean, just about all of them that are on the field are going to be in a position. There's a couple seniors out here, but other than that, going to be in a position to make an impact on the field. So you want to see these guys have some success, and I'm sure they'll be held accountable as we go forward here too.
Almost ran out of room on the play clock, and now they go to the ground with Johnson Morgan on a left side handoff. He penetrates the 30 down to the 29, so that is a 6-yard gain. And after all of that, we're back to the original line of scrimmage, or just shy of it, I guess. And no, there it is. So it's 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
From the 29, and we're at 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Eagles up 43-zip.
Yeah, and on that illegal motion play, it was Caden Croyd, the 6'9" tight end, who ended up with the catch. And that might have been his. I'd have to look. If he does have a catch, he doesn't have a lot.
2 catches on the year. That would have been his 3rd.
Yeah, that would have been one of his better plays.
Here's Ritzert to throw on 3rd down and 10. Rolls right, throws right. And that's either too tall for Morgan or too short for Croyd. Either way, it brings up 4th and 10.
Yeah, and again, he's got that wind at his back now, and you love that as a quarterback when you can get the wind at your back. Just feel like you can throw the ball a mile.
Yep. But you also have to factor that in when you make a throw, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Brecken is obviously, he's juiced up. He's ready to go. He's excited to get out there and make the pass. A little too much on that one.
A couple of Strauber Cellular Instant Radio updates. Halftime in Knoxville, where Creston leads the home Panthers 28-zip. And it's 54-0 on a Strauber Cellular Instant Radio update. Pella leads Des Moines Hoover at the half. Homecoming at Pella. Ritzert to throw on 4th and 10. Rolls to the right. He's got a lot of running room in front. And Brecken will take off to the 20. He's got the first down, and he's out of bounds at the 16-yard line for a gain of 14.
I love that. Good little misdirection in the backfield, and Ritzert ends up rolling out to the right. And I like that he kind of took his time before hitting the Jets and picking up the first down.
That takes us to the end of a very fast-moving third quarter. We're right where we started, 43-zip Eagles, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Attention, Knoxville, Iowa. Are you ready to take your career to the next level? Hormel Foods is looking for a dynamic, experienced individual to join their team as a team lead manager. Visit Hormel.job today to learn more about this exciting team lead manager position. You'll find a detailed description of the role and the fantastic benefits that await you. Take the next step towards a rewarding career with Hormel Foods.
Something big is happening. Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Now, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like fuel savings. Plus, save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices. Like Tide, H Perks price $9.97. And bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Make the switch or sign up for Hy-Vee Perks and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Trevor Castle, J.D. Moore hanging out in the box on Eagle Lane, where Pella Christian leads Cardinal 43-0. We are live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, and it's 1st and 10 for PC at the 16. They start the fourth quarter inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone with Brecken Ritzert in the shotgun. Takes a snap, rolls to the left. This is a designed run for Ritzert, trying to get a block from Morgan out on the edge, and picks up 6 down to the 10.
Yeah, and as this fourth quarter gets started, it's always good. It's always good to be in the box, in the booth here, Trevor. But there are some nights that it's better than others. Shout out to these fans who are out there braving the cold temps and the wind. It's nice and warm up here, but it's good to watch some PC football.
51 degrees, the game time temperature, but it doesn't feel anywhere close to that warm with the wind and the chill in the air.
Especially the way it's been this fall. It feels terrible out there.
That was a 5-yard gain for Ritzert. It sets up a 2nd down and 5 from the 11, and they go to the ground or wanted to go to the ground but can't because of a false start penalty that'll back them up 5.
Yeah, shoot, after a nice first down play, it feels like, all right, you're right on the verge of scoring here if we can keep it moving a little bit, but they're just making it a little harder on themselves. Back it up 5.
Strawver Cellular Instant Radio Update, North Polk 20, Indianola nothing, halfway through the 3rd quarter. Indians hung tough until about the middle of the 2nd quarter, and it's all starting to kind of fall apart against the number 6 team in Class 4A. So 2nd and 10 now after the false start penalty on the Eagles. Snap to Ritzert, handoff to the right, and there was a Cardinal defender in the backfield to make the play. That's Isaac Cox, who is really, he has been no question the MVP defensively for Cardinal tonight. And he makes the tackle way in the backfield. That was line of scrimmage 16 back to the 22 for a loss of 6 yards.
Yeah, give it up for Isaac Cox. I mean, it's obviously been a tough year for Cardinal and probably will continue to be as their numbers are down a little bit. But that doesn't mean there aren't some guys out there playing hard, making some plays. Isaac Cox, the senior defensive lineman, has just been outstanding tonight.
And now 3rd and long. And Ritzert fires over the middle. Open Morgan. He dives and can't get it. Incomplete. Had him running free right down the seam in the end zone. Incomplete 4th down.
Oh, and that's when Ritzert wants back, right? I mean, he had him open in the middle of the field. He read the play perfectly. He had the ball that he wanted to. He put it on a rope. He kept it low, trying to keep the ball out of the wind. But as a result, he still had plenty of arm on that as it was just out of the reach of a diving Morgan.
Well, and here's where that penalty, JD, right? We got it down to 2nd and 5, but then a penalty and then a negative play, and now you're at 4th and 16. Ball at the 22, left to right. Eagles need the 6. Throw coming from Ritzert, going to the end zone. That's overthrown and incomplete in the direction of Morgan, but it falls incomplete. And that drive fails, and the Eagles turn it over on downs at their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, not what the Eagles wanted there. Is I'm sure they would have. You got a unit, like I mentioned, of guys who can play some football, some guys who have even mixed in with the starting group. I saw Garrett Wheelard out there on the offensive line, Caden Croyd's out there, Johnson Morgan, as well as some younger guys. You would have loved to see them put together a nice drive. Doesn't happen, and now it does look like you're seeing a group of primarily freshmen, a couple other guys mixed in there too, but this would be like the 3rd string defense here for PC.
Cardinal 1st down and 10, and it's a quarterback run and nice blocking, some room to run, broken tackle, and out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That is a 14-yard quarterback run.
Yeah, Landon Nunnikoven, again, we mentioned him on the kickoff. He was the one who made the tackle. It's quite a ways down the field. That is the best play for the Comets. A good run there from Lutke.
Yeah, their longest run, that one for 14. They have one 10-yard pass play, that one that was nearly a pick 6 for the Eagles.
That was their cleanest, best-looking play for sure.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Eagles had a 43-0 lead at halftime. Running clock has been in effect here for the entirety of this 2nd half. There's a broken tackle. And up or across the 45, ball goes squirting out of bounds. And Cardinal will maintain possession on that run by Roop. He picks up 8 yards. But this is just our 3rd drive. 1 for Cardinal, 1 for PC, and now this one for Cardinal. Just our 3rd drive in the 2nd half because of the running clock. So we're still at 43-0, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
You know, Trevor, I've always felt like you fumble the ball out of bounds, and there's no penalty for that, right? It feels like you should back up 5 or something. The offense should have to pay for that, but...
There's a screen coming back to the near side. Catch is made by McIntosh, and he crosses into PC territory. First time tonight that the Comets have penetrated midfield, and so that play good for 6 yards and a 1st down.
I love a good halfback screen, when you can get those linemen out in front of him. That time they faked it to the halfback, act like they're rolling out to the right, throw it all the way back across the field. A really well-executed play. It only gets them 5, but those are the types of plays that have the potential to get you a lot more if just a couple more things go right.
Well, right now, all that's left really is for PC to try to preserve the shutout, JD, and I'm sure these guys would love to keep the Comets off the scoreboard. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 49, and it's a handoff, and nothing there. Good job. Immediate penetration of shedding the block and making the tackle on McIntosh for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, Devin Runner again at the defensive end was able to make the tackle. Some different guys out there. I'll see if I can give them a shout out. Dreuben Weingarten is out there. Toby Belzer, Wyatt Bonnet, Silas Shelker. I see Camden Heiser out there as well, getting some of their first action of the night.
We are at the halfway point of the 4th quarter. It's Pella Christian 43, Cardinals 0. 2nd down and 10 for the Comets from midfield, and it's a straight ahead handoff to Schultz. And he picks up 5 down to the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah.
The Eagles may not touch the ball again in this game. They may get 1 second-half possession, JD.
You might be spot on because, we're already under 6 minutes to go. And if they can pick up another first down, it'd probably take about 2 first downs. That would be, be about it. This clock may not stop at all in the 4th quarter.
It is crazy. 3rd and 6 from the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap. Oh, maybe a busted play. Nobody there. Giving chase under pressure. And sacked. He goes down. Isaac Pence, the junior, making the play 5 yards in the backfield.
Yeah, happy for Isaac there, a junior who's been working hard and gets the opportunity. Chases him down from behind. Gets a little help from Devin Runner. Both the defensive ends in the backfield making the sack. You love to see that for guys who, are working hard all season long and don't get the opportunity to get out there as much. But when they can get in the stat book for a sack, that's one that they probably won't forget.
Well, now on 4th and 11, Cardinal will punt. So that talk about not getting the ball back, and it's a low snap. Picked up, kicked away, and now the return coming from Nunnekoven, and to the far side of the field, he's forced out of bounds a little bit across the 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice hit there. We're not going to be able to get the number of who the Comets player was that put him on the ground, but a nice hit, got the sideline a little excited. So there's good things that can happen here at the end of this game for both teams.
We are going to take a quick timeout, having apparently some technical difficulties on our radio stream, and so we'll be back right after this on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Experienced individual to join their team as a team lead manager. Visit Hormel.job today to learn more about this exciting team lead manager position. You'll find a detailed description of the role and the fantastic benefits that await you. Take the next step towards a rewarding career with Hormel Foods.
All right, apologize for the technical issues. We are back here at Pella Christian High School for a 3rd down and 13 snap and a pass that's thrown incomplete. And we're nearing the 2-minute mark of this game. It's 43-0 Pella Christian with the lead over Cardinal. I don't think we missed much, JD.
It looked like a couple runs for the Eagles that went backwards a little bit. I saw Theo Hugan on a carry. I forget who got the other carry, and one incomplete pass is going to bring up a punt. Yeah, with under 2 minutes to go, we are quickly approaching the end of a nice Eagles win.
Yeah, punt team is on for the first time tonight for Pella Christian with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go in the game. And before the snap, the clock was winding down, so we get a Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Gives us a chance to look at what's coming up. Wired by Center Point Electric. And the Eagles will head to Colfax next Friday night to take on the Tiger Hawks of Colfax Mingo. JD will be with Tyler Crabb on the call. That one will be live on 92.1 KRLS. Some new digs at Colfax from what I understand. I think they got a new field. I think you guys will be in a new press box next Friday night. So you guys should be looking forward to that. I think this Cardinal team beat Colfax Mingo, JD. So maybe one last kind of name your score type tune-up for the Eagles before the playoffs.
Yeah, it'll most likely be like that. It is worth mentioning. Cardinal does have some athletes who are missing out here tonight who normally, who are playing, when they beat Colfax. But it likely will be another kind of game like that. But I'm excited to check out the new Colfax field, see what they got going on there, and place I've never been before, or at least called a football game before, so that'll be great.
Out of the Pella Motors timeout, Pella Christian to punt it away. And a line drive boot that lands at midfield, takes a PC hop to the 40, fielded on the run at the 37-yard line, and up the far sideline, and try to tiptoe and finally out of bounds at the 35-yard line with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. So it's Pella Christian at Colfax Mingo. Final regular season game next Friday night for all of the 2A, 1A, A, and 8-man teams. It's a 7 o'clock start, 6:30 for pregame coverage. Pella Christian at Colfax Mingo on 92.1 KRLS next Friday night. That's what's coming up. Wired by Center Point Electric. If you have an electrical project coming up, trust the experts at Center Point Electric, wired for excellence.
Man, it is hard to believe that we are coming up on the end of a football season.
It's unbelievable.
God, it's crazy.
We are coming up on the end of this game in just 30 seconds as we've got a quarterback run on what might be the final play of the game. And Lutke is tackled. Cardinal does not have to run another play, although we've got a whistle.
They want to.
And Cardinal's going to call the Pella Motors timeout. Just okay. 19 seconds to go. Pella Christian 43, Cardinals 0. Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. They are at the end of the third quarter now. North Polk leads Indianola 20-0. And the I believe we have won cheer from the Pella Christian. They could have started this in the middle of the first quarter, JD.
Shout out to them for waiting. You just never know. You don't want to be that student section that's going a little too fast with that one. They made sure that this, in what could be the final play, maybe Cardinal takes a couple more timeouts. 43-0 lead for the Eagles. I think it feels like a safe time to break that one out.
I mean, I haven't kept a logbook of all the games that I've done, JD, but I don't remember a regular season game that I've done that's gotten over in an hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah, it's been going so fast. We got running clock right in the first quarter, right?
Yes,
yeah.
First half, yep. All right, here's the snap. Lutke rolls out to the left, throws over the middle, and a sliding, diving catch by Trayton Haffley. Makes the grab down to the 20-yard line. 12 seconds to go, and Cardinal running a little hurry-up. They're at the edge of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. 43-0 Eagles. Lutke to throw again. Fires to the far side of the field. Catch is made. Broke one tackle. And down to the 13-yard line. And a quick Pella Motors timeout. They will have one more play.
3 seconds on the clock. And finally, an hour and 45 minutes into this one, we get some drama right here. Can the Eagles hang on to the shutout? Or Cardinal with this late flurry, a couple pass plays here. Are they going to be able to get themselves on the board? One play, 3 seconds, 12 yards to go for the Comets.
By the way, it is the final regular season home game, which we've mentioned a couple of times. It's also senior night tonight. They will be honoring the seniors after the game. So I'm going to let JD go and put the kids to bed, and I'll just crank up the crowd mic here, and we'll listen in to the public address announcer with senior night, and then we'll hear from head coach Rich Kak-Marinsky as well. He'll come up and chat with us. That interview powered by Hy-Vee as part of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. I'll give you the Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game, and we'll take a look at tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Final play of the game. 43-0 PC. Can they preserve the shutout? Here's the snap, throwing to the far side of the field, and it is knocked away, incomplete, triple zeros, and add a zero for the shutout. Final score, Pella Christian 43, Cardinal nothing.
And the sideline for the Eagles erupts as these older guys wanted to make sure that they could hang on to that shutout, and they're able to get the job done and keep that score clean.
All right, as we head to break here, JD, a couple of Stravers. Whoa, wrong one.
Service in Pella.
We love the Gurus as well, but the Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. PCM leads West Marshall 21-14. Mustangs score early in the third quarter. Norwalk leads Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson 41-6 in the third quarter. And check out this score, JD. Maybe a harbinger of things to come next week. Sigourney Keota 75, Colfax Mingo 0 in the fourth quarter of that game.
Yikes.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll have our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this. Eagles win here 43-0.
Something big is happening. Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Now, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like fuel savings. Plus, save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Tide. H Perks price $9.97. And bananas. H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Make the switch or sign up for Hy-Vee Perks and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Looking for a professional tiling service that supports your local community? Look no further than Norm Rosendahl Tiling. Caritha and her team believe that community is what makes us great, and they're dedicated to supporting our local events, high school athletes, and fine arts students. And if you need tiling done right, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling at 641-259-2651. They're ready to help you with any tiling needs you may have. Remember, supporting our local community is a key to making our town great. Choose Norm Rosendahl Tiling, and let's build a better community together.
43-0 the final score as we welcome you into the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. Pella Christian, the victory over Cardinal. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. It's senior night. We're honoring the seniors. Let's let you listen in.
Various political campaigns. He's active in his church, choir, competitive speech, and debate. His favorite football memory was getting his first 3 tackles ever in the Panorama game in his junior year. Next is number 5, Caleb Van Arendonk, the son of Jason and Sharissa Van Arendonk. He's been playing football for 3 years. He also plays basketball and baseball. His favorite memory is a PCM win this year. Number 17, Isaiah Breeze, is the son of Kent Deanne Breeze. He's been playing football for 4 years. He also plays basketball and is on the golf team. He is involved in choir and church youth group. His favorite football memory is beating PCM in double overtime this year. Number 22, Noah Nutcoven, is the son of Lance and Leanne Nutcoven. He's been playing football for 4 years. He's also a 4-year member of the track team. His favorite memory is beating PCM this year in double overtime. Number 31, Benny Schurz, is the son of Andy and Bev Schurz. He's been playing football for 4 years. He also plays basketball and participated in track and soccer for 1 year. He's also part of the Caleb crew. His favorite football memory is double overtime win over PCM. Number 54, Trey Vermont, is the son of Wes and Tanya Vermont. He has played football for 3 years. He also plays basketball and soccer, and is part of the PC choir. His favorite memory is beating PCM in a double overtime win this year. Number 56, John Boonder, is the son of BJ and Cassia Boonder. He's played football for 2 years. He's also a member of the trap shooting team and vice president of PC's FFA chapter. His favorite high school memory was placing second in skeet, along with making it on the skeet all-state team and shooting at nationals the last 3 years. Number 64, Keegan Fapa, is the son of Lauren and Shauna Fapa. He has played football for 4 years. He also plays soccer, is on student council, and is a member of the concert and chamber choirs. His favorite memory is blocking the field goal to send the game to double overtime while playing PCM this year. Number 65, Joshua Moldy, is the son of Chad and Pam Moldy. This is his first year playing football. He also plans to play basketball and soccer. He enjoys pickleball, level detecting, the outdoors, piano, and blues music. He also has been very active in politics. His favorite football memory has been all the people he has met and being part of the team. He was wearing number 34 tonight, but also number 74, Trevor Veenstra, is the son of Daryl and Angela Veenstra. He's been playing football for 4 years. He's on the track team, plays baseball, and was out for basketball for 2 years. He is a member of concert and chamber choirs. He also enjoys being part of Caleb crew and youth group. Trevor's favorite football memory is stopping Panorama on their last drive his freshman year to win 21-19 in the second round of the playoffs. Thank you, seniors, for your leadership on and off the field. We wish you the best as you finish your senior year and as you follow God's direction for your future. You will be missed.
And those are the Pella Christian seniors on senior night here on Eagle Lane, part of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. Let's go ahead and get you caught up on some scores on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We have had some updates rolling in. Again, our final score, Pella Christian 43, Cardinal nothing. Creston leads Knoxville 35-0 in the third quarter. At the half, Pella leads Des Moines Hoover 54-0. In the fourth quarter, it's North Polk over Indianola 27-0. They're in the third quarter. Norwalk leading Council Bluffs Jefferson 41-6, and in the third quarter, PCM leads West Marshall 28-14 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Again, our final score 43-0 in favor of Pella Christian, and let's take a look at the Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. Not a lot of huge stats for Pella Christian, just 284 yards of total offense. They had a lot of short fields, and they spread that offense around. Our key player of the game is Cooper Sprunk because he got this party started with 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives for the Eagles. Cooper finishes from a rushing standpoint for Pella Christian, just 3 rushes for 33 yards, and he had 1 catch for 24 yards, but he scored 2 touchdowns, an 18-yard TD to get it started, and then the 24-yard touchdown catch from Caleb Van Arendonk the second touchdown of the game to make it 14-0. And then our Hormel Foods radio key play of the game was the blocked punt on the ensuing Cardinal drive, followed up by a Trevor Veenstra 4-yard touchdown run. That really put it out of reach. 22-0 Eagles halfway through the first quarter, and that's our Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. So that was the first quarter scoring for the Eagles. They scored 3 more touchdowns in the second quarter. A Benny Schurz touchdown run, a Brecken Ritzert 51-yard pass to Trevor Veenstra, and a Noah Nunnikoven touchdown run. And that capped the scoring. It was 43-0 at the half, and then it was running clock for the entirety of the second half. Cardinal did have a chance late to get a score on the last play of the game. They took a snap from the 10-yard line. Pass was knocked down incomplete, and Pella Christian preserves the shutout 43-0. Let's take a look at tonight's final stats, which are presented by the Verduff Agency. We've alluded to a few of them. The Eagles with 284 yards of total offense on 41 plays. They had 197 rushing yards, 87 passing yards, 14 total first downs. For Cardinal, just 81 yards of offense on 38 plays. They picked up 5 first downs, 30 rushing yards, 51 passing yards. Schurz with 5 for 65 on the ground. Cooper Sprunk 3 for 33. Johnson Morgan 4 for 31. Noah Nunnikoven 1 for 27. Brecken Ritzert 3 for 21. Eli Cadwell 3 for 14. Trevor Veenstra 4 for 5. Caleb Volk 3 for 4. And Drew Van Weingarten 1 for a loss of 3 yards. Ritzert was 1 of 6 for 51 yards. Van Arendonk 2 of 6 for 36 yards. And Jude Lubbers was 1 of 2 for Pella Christian receiving. Veenstra 1 for 51. Sprunk 1 for 24. Landon Franzman 1 for 12. And Theo Hugen 1 for no yards. On the defensive side, sacks-wise, Devin Runner had a sack, Connor Van Zee had a sack, and Keegan Fatma had a sack for the Eagles. And topping the tackle charts, Trevor Veenstra, Blake 6, each had 5 tackles in total. So did Garrett Wheeler, 5 tackles for the Eagles to lead the defensive tackle charts. And those are tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete, courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with more of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. Final score, Eagles 43 and Cardinal nothing.
Battery-powered lawn equipment you've always wanted is here. Toro's Flex Force line of walk mowers and lawn tools are easy to use, fast, quiet, and just as powerful as gas-powered. No hassles, no cords, and virtually no maintenance. Check out Toro's line of Flex Force lawn mowers and lawn tools at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella.
Thinking about a job at Vermeer? Our training team wants to set you up for success. Brian trains our new paint team members.
With the simulators that we do as part of our teaching processes, it's almost like a video game. Part of that assessment experience can be a little bit of challenging, but fun at the same time, because you can see how well you did, get immediate gratification, see where you're hurting, see where you're doing well, and that part of it is usually a very fun experience.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting VermeerJobs.com.
Welcome back inside of the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. It's our continuing coverage of Pella Christian football as we're joined now by Eagles head coach Rich Kakmarinsky. This interview is powered by Hy-Vee, visiting after Pella Christian's 43-0 win over Cardinal on Friday night. On senior night, the regular season home finale for the Eagles. Coach, congratulations on the victory. Obviously lopsided, kind of got out of hand early. What are your thoughts on the way your guys played and the way this game unfolded?
Well, I was pleased. Obviously coming back from rebound from Southern Dakota last week, I thought our guys were sharp, started the game well, both sides of the ball, and kind of got an early lead and kind of took it from there.
What can you learn about your team in a game like this, where it is a mismatch? You can kind of do whatever you want to, but how do you figure out, are we doing the things we need to, and are we getting better?
Well, actually, Cardinal's defensive line was pretty good, and so I thought we really got tested on the O-line. So I think that was good. We had moved Trevor Veenstra from tackle back to the fullback spot, and John Booner went into right tackle. So we'll get some more reps there for John and their whole O-line. And I thought Trevor looked good at running back, and then we moved Cooper sprung to right half. He looked good. Had a couple first 2 touchdowns. I thought Caleb was particularly sharp at quarterback early on. So yeah, I thought on offensively we were clicking, and I think our defense didn't allow a first down in the first half. So our defense is really playing tough.
That is correct. 3 yards, 0 first downs in the first half. I mean, you can't ask for much more, Coach.
No, I thought our defense was really sharp. Basically stonewalled them, and that was really good. And our kicking game, I thought, rebounded. We were still missing Camden. Camden's leg is still bothering him, so we had to make some adjustments to the kicking game. But overall, I thought we returned kicks well. We blocked a punt. So those are all things that I think there are good bright spots in our kicking game.
Well, you mentioned kind of the shuffle of the lineup with Cooper moving from fullback to halfback, getting Trevor back as the halfback. They each scored 2 touchdowns. They each had 1 rushing touchdown and 1 receiving touchdown. Were you happy with the way that puzzle kind of got put back together?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons we moved Trevor back into the backfield obviously was for the rushing game, and I think that was borne out a little bit. But truthfully, we also wanted to get our 5 best receivers on the field, which is, I think we accomplished that. Trevor's a very accomplished receiver. So is Cooper. So is Isaiah Bream. So is Benny. Again, Camden's a very fine receiver. He's still hurt, but Landon Franzman stepped in and had some nice catches for us as well. So Landon brings something to the table. He's very fast, and so we were excited about that. So I thought that not only was our rushing game improved with Trevor in the backfield, but really I thought our passing game was too.
Visiting with Rich Kakmarinsky, Pella Christian football coach. Interview powered by Hy-Vee as the Eagles beat Cardinal 43-0. That was the score at the half. Running clock in effect. Very, just 2 or 3 possessions each in the second half. You told me last night that you were looking forward to the opportunity for your young guys to get some experience. They haven't got much this year. They did tonight. How do you think they played? Yeah, I was really pleased. I thought Brecken Richard did some nice things at quarterback. Caleb Volk and Johnson Morgan at fullback. Eli Cadwell, and Noah Nunnekoven got his first score at right half tonight, so that was really exciting to see. I thought our second string offensive line did a really nice job. We had a beautiful drive there in the third quarter with our JV against their varsity, essentially, and we just couldn't punctuate the score. We got inside the 20, got in the red zone, just couldn't. We had turnover on down, so I was kind of disappointed about that. But it was a good drive, good thing, something we can build off with these young kids. And then our freshmen got a series in the fourth quarter, which is great to see too. So they're a nice and upcoming group too. We're excited about them. They've had a good year. So a lot to get excited about. Obviously, our varsity's playing very well. We'd like to roll full speed into our regular season finale next week against Colfax Mingle, and I think we're there. And, of course, our young kids, I think, are playing well, too. Well, and for the most part, those guys we saw in the second half, that's the future of Eagle football, right? It really is. It's exactly right. I was just out there looking and watching those guys and thinking to myself, this is the future next year. So we're really excited about them and the progress they're making. But, we had senior night. We got a chance to honor our seniors, and they've done so much for this program. And I said to them earlier last week, I think our best football is still ahead of us, and I really believe that. So I'm excited about obviously going up to Colfax next week and hopefully landing a first-round playoff game in our place. Talk a little bit, if you would, as a group about this senior class. They come in behind a senior class that led you to the playoffs for a couple of years. You made a deep run last year. And so I think maybe some people thought this might be a step-back year for the Eagles, and this senior class hasn't really allowed that to happen. That's exactly right. I think that we played so well in the non-district schedule. We were able to get wins over DMC and PCM and lost a tough one to Grundy. But I think our seniors really stepped up and we had a great training camp. Really came out of the gate great against Des Moines Christian. And then the district schedule has been a good run as well. So, Benny Schurz obviously is one of the better running backs in the state, in my opinion. Trevor's obviously a very, very talented individual. But even our guys who are maybe our first-year starters, like John Boonder and Keegan Fatma, Caden Crew, those guys have really stepped up and done a great job. Caleb Van Derendonk, let's be honest. I mean, Caleb is playing as good a football as anybody right now, and that's really great to see. So I think that, again, our best football, I think, is still ahead of us. Even though we have these 10 seniors, in some ways we're still kind of a growing team. We're still kind of a young team. So I'm excited about I think we make some big noise in the playoffs. Again, we got to go take care of Colfax Mingle next Friday night up there.
But I think we can be rolling full speed into the playoffs in a couple weeks.
And let's close there with that look ahead at Colfax Mingo. Very likely a situation like tonight, right? A kind of a mismatch. But how do you approach the regular season finale? Try to punch that home playoff ticket next Friday night.
Well, I think that our approach has got to be the same. I think we got to focus on what we need to do. And we started off throwing the ball really sharp tonight, and then we kind of tailed off a little bit. So like the wind was a little bit of a factor. But I hope that we can continue to improve our passing game. Obviously, I think if we're going to make some noise in the playoffs, we got to be able to run it and throw it. But I think we saw some improvements in our running game tonight. I think again having Trevor in the backfield gives us a little bit more mass back there, and you saw in his big touchdown pass he can run. Mm-hmm. So get him loose. So I'm excited. I think our O-line continues to develop. So I think defensively we've played really good defense all year. Gave up a couple big plays against Sigourney really that kind of cracked the game open for them. But I think our defense is very, very good. And hopefully we can get Cannon back in the kicking game, because I think when Cannon's healthy, I think we have as good a kicking game as anybody, which will make it very tough in the playoffs.
Congratulations again, Coach, and we'll see you down the road. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Rich Kakmarinsky, head coach of the Pella Christian football team. This interview has been powered by Hy-Vee. Final score on Friday night, Pella Christian 43, Cardinal nothing. We're going to take a timeout, come back, and wrap up our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
Something big is happening. Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Now, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like fuel savings. Plus, save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Tide. H Perks price $9.97. And bananas. H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Make the switch or sign up for Hy-Vee Perks and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking. Isn't that right, Dylan?
Okay, I think I've got it this time. So just like our local teams go beyond the classroom, we go beyond banking to serve our community.
Yes, you've got it. Beyond banking means sharing in your moments, your dreams, and your goals.
Because we're not just bankers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your community partner.
Where banking is just the beginning of the story. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, or visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back for one final time inside of the Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. And it's time to go in closing, presented by Leighton State Bank. This game was all Pella Christian from the start. The Eagles score 3 touchdowns and 22 points in the first quarter, 3 touchdowns and 21 points in the second quarter to open up a 43-0 lead. And with the running clock on in a very fast-moving second half, that is our final score. Eagles outscore Cardinal 43-0. Pella Christian improves to 5-2 on the season. They are 3-1 in the district, while Cardinal drops to 1-6 and 1-3 in district play. And Pella Christian will close out the regular season next Friday night at Colfax Mingo. Tyler Crabb and J.D. Bohr for a 7 o'clock kick, 6:30 pregame on 92.1 KRLS. In closing has been presented by Leighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. And that's a wrap on the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Final score, Pella Christian 43, Cardinal nothing. Thanks for listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on KNIA KRLS.com and Pella Christian